there, especially with Terrell Owens being back. And in the front, long as they're getting there, running their X stunt scoops, and we running, our blitz packages and stuff, and our guys are just the nice rotation. I think all that is gonna play key in keeping everything fresh and generated with him. It's just him not being able to get out of that pocket and kill us with them legs.
Absolutely, absolutely. And everybody out there, if you just tuning in with us on YouTube, we are in the Week 6 Falcons versus Bills watch along party. We've got about 45 minutes till kickoff. It's about 6:48 right now. Game will be starting at 7:30. Definitely hit those like and subscribe buttons down there. And if you're on Facebook, let us know how the stream is coming out. We are still in beta mode, uh, simultaneously streaming the
I'm
two.
sorry to cut you off. I'm sorry to cut you off, brother.
Uh,
But speaking of Facebook, I'm not seeing you on Facebook. I'm in the Bird Bath group, but I don't see it in there.
okay, no. You got to go to my Point Game official page. Let me
Okay,
go.
Point Game official. Okay.
Yeah, let me
All right.
find it, and I'll just drop it for you inside of our actual chat on the Google Meet.
Okay.
And hopefully that'll make it a little bit easier. Good people out there in land, just bear with us for a little bit. But as Greer was saying, and we are both in agreement that Caden Ellis is going to have a huge game for us. I think that we definitely going to have to be able to utilize him as a blitzer and sometimes as a spy. But biggest X factor, I think, first and foremost, is probably going to be Divine Diablo. Um, I really expect we're going to need Zach Harrison to play a huge role as well for us as well too. We're going to be without Taquan Graham and LaCole London. And LaCole London has been a huge part of our offense thus far. I'm sorry, it's a part of our defense thus far. He's the guy that's really, going to be able to play interior, who played a lot for us interiorly. So we're going to need Zach Harrison to be able to double down and play even more. We're going to need David Onyemata and Ruka Roro to play a lot more of those interior plays. But Brandon Dorless and specifically Zach Harrison, those are the two guys that we can play out there on the edge, and we can play them interior. And on early downs, when we think it might be potentially a run, those are guys who can still play a little bit in space and make it a little tough for Josh Allen. I am a little bit worried and concerned if Josh Allen is to get into the secondary, what that means for our team. We do have some secondary guys that are a little bit smaller, specifically Billy Bowman. Not necessarily the greatest tackler, but he is a guy who, a little bit smaller. So I do think that could present a challenge when we have these safeties coming up on them. That could be a little bit of a challenge. Not that I think our guys are afraid of contact. It's just physics. So we definitely gonna need Divine Diablo and some of those other guys to be able to be good spies for us and do a lot more for us, especially on early downs. If we go man-to-man coverage, those are guys that we really need them to be able to wrap up and bring Josh Allen down.
Right. Right. And then you said Billy Bowman. I thought I saw something where he wasn't even playing tonight. It was
That might be true. I did not look at the updated injury report. Last that I checked, he was not ruled out. But let's pull that up here in a second, right here.
okay. Yeah. If he's not playing, uh, I agree with his some of his shortcomings and talent. They still think they in college. Him and Xavier Watts, they still try to blow things up. It's not. There's gonna be times where you're gonna have to wrap up. And I understand wrapping up in the NFL is somewhat of an executive decision at times because some of these guys will definitely dislocate your shoulder, or send you to the tent, uh, trying to wrap up some of these people. But I mean, he's a big enough, strong enough guy that he just gonna have to change his mindset in doing things like that as far as tackling and making the sure tackles. And sometimes making the sure tackles, everybody talk a lot of trash about Dion, and if you actually really ever saw him play versus a lot of other things you can look at on YouTube or whatever, you knew he wasn't a type of guy that was just gonna come up and explode you. And he wasn't gonna necessarily play behind his pads. He might let you run by and grab you. That was just that was part of his game, and that's what strengthened his longevity in playing football. So I mean, just even if Billy has to he doesn't have the speed that Dion had, but I mean, it's just you have to hone your game to be able to do things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I think that, and even speaking, even towards that injury, I did see earlier that they are going to be activating Kobe Bryant tonight. The
I knew you
Falcons.
was gonna say that. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I hope I'm not I don't have no high over it. I'm not over expectating what he's gonna do. This is his first live NFL action, so we need to have a realistic expectation about that. But I am excited to see him get going because I think he is gonna be, if nothing else, is gonna be a real solid rotational piece, and he's gonna push Mike Hughes, and that's what we need because right now with Clark Phillips being out, he's pretty much been out the whole season. There's nobody that pushes Mike Hughes. So Mike is just like I'm not saying that I understand his complete mindset, but Mike is just kind of he ain't got nothing to worry about. But we need somebody that's pushing him to get him like, hey, out of his, look, hey, you got to step up. You got to, and that's Mike Hughes plays everything safe. Sometimes you got to come up and play it. That's just what you got to do sometimes. Put your foot on that line and don't give it up.
Agreed, agreed. And if you guys are out there looking right now, we have we do see there are our injuries updates right there. Specifically, Billy Bowman is going to be playing tonight, so we will have him. He
That's
was
great.
listed as questionable, so now that still that doesn't rule everything out. Yeah, anything could happen in the next 40 minutes or so. But as of right now, the only players that are definitely ruled out are Taquan Graham, LaCole London, Darnell Mooney, and as you said, Clark Phillips. Uh, Clark Phillips is not really a guy who plays any special teams for us. So there, I don't feel like we have to really necessarily worry about that as much. Uh, but yeah, definitely, definitely some of those other guys. Like I said, I was really expecting, hoping that Taquan Graham would be back in the rotation. He was eligible to come off of the injured reserve, but unfortunately, we didn't activate him. I think it's better, one of those better to be safe than sorry things. But Laquel London is one of those guys that has been a nice addition for this team. I remember in the offseason, there was one of the guests on our show was telling us that was mentioning Laquel London, and not necessarily a guest on the show, but just one of our viewers. He mentioned Laquel London as a guy that he expected to do pretty good this year and to make some noise. And I honestly, I'm going to be real. I slept on him. I did not think that he was going to be able to make the 53-man roster, and he's been a very pleasant surprise for us so far. He's played some huge minutes for us. He looked really good in preseason. I remember the one play where he he didn't realize he was supposed to still be on the field. He had ran off the field. He tried to snap it, and he still came in and made the tackle for loss. So a really athletic guy. He's slimmed down a bit, and he's been able to play a lot of that defensive tackle for us. But we got a lot of guys who can really move in space, and so I think that's going to be huge for us.
Right. I agree. I agree. I for one, I was there when you kind of had your awakening moment about Laquel London. I
Right.
wasn't sleeping on him. If I'm not certain, I could be wrong, and I do that from time to time. But I think he's been here for 3 years, and he's been a contributor for 3 years. I mean, last year he got hurt. He ballooned up to 325 pounds, if I'm not mistaken. I was kind of thinking he was going to end up being that big, zero technique nose guard, but he slimmed down right before cuts, and and still made the team. So he's been impressionable since he's been here, and he's been a contributor, great, awesome rotational piece, uh, historically. And I think the world of him, far as what they ask him to do plus what he does. I think the world of it. I think it's awesome. Uh, and I too think that Lakel London is a very good contributor. I think he was the main reason him coming along the way he did for them cutting Fox, because I think they thought a lot of Fox when they brought him in. I kind of was thinking like, okay, well, he definitely solidified a position on the 53.
Atlanta
But when it came down to it, Lakel outperformed him, so it was what it was.
Agreed. Yeah. No, and he has been here for a few years. I think he was on practice squad a good amount of last year, if I'm
He
not
was hurt.
mistaken.
He was hurt last year. He actually got hurt last year. I don't know what his injury was. I didn't look that deep into it, but he got injured last year. And I think when he did come back up, they put him on practice squad for a little while. But I don't think he was ever 100% last year.
Yeah. And to be real, and like I don't want to sound disparaging at all when speaking of Lakel London or the inability of him having been there last year, and even when I slept on him a little bit, it's more of a thing of understanding like how hard it is to get adapted to playing linemen and playing in those trenches in this league. We do see a lot. I think we take it for granted that a lot of these players sometimes come in and they make a splash right away, or that they can be contributors right away. But oftentimes we're seeing some of these edge rushers and some of these interior guys. They're not necessarily in their first year, coming into necessarily their all-pro form, if you will. It's a real tough transition. There's not as much responsibility with those linemen, but it does take you a little time to get used to playing that physical game with some of those bigger guys, because they all grown men. You having to move in against your will out there, and I don't think that gets. I don't think that people realize that enough.
You said a mouthful then. Them some big boys, and they big and powerful and strong and fast and young, and I mean, you name it, they got it. So yeah, I totally agree with that. I totally agree with what you're saying.
Offensively for us, I really believe that what we need to do is run the ball. I want to see Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson both with around 15 carries this game. If we can get Tyler Algier into 10 to 12 carries, I think that'd be awesome. And honestly, what's our third running back's name?
I think he might be out. Carter.
Nathan Carter.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think he might be out. Don't quote me. You might have to check behind me on that.
No worries. That's why I got your back over here, brother. No, okay. So it says Nate Carter. If you look on the screen, guys, we do have the injuries up there where my face would normally be, but it does say that we do have Nate Carter. Playing this game.
Thank you. Because that had me nervous. Because I hope he gonna get. But he's not just a backup third string running back. He does big things on special teams. I don't know if you seen that return a couple weeks ago. I mean, the last week, I know we didn't play last week, so I think it was the week before that he did a return. And I was like, whoa, who is that? And he does his big one on specials.
Absolutely. No, I remember him being out there on special teams. I wanted to see if we were going to be able to get him a lot more on some of those kickoff and some of those punt, on some punt return or whatnot. Brooks has also been a guy that was good out there on special teams, at least in the preseason. They have had some good plays here and there, even using Ray McLeod out there.
Oh yeah.
Ray's had some good plays out there on special teams as well too. Special teams has been a point of it's been a mixed bag with it. It's been more bad than good, and there are a lot of people who rightfully so have had some concerns about the special teams. I don't necessarily want to be calling for that coach's job right now, but our special teams definitely needs to step it up this game. That's definitely a place that we could see where we can make a change and make some splash plays for our offense and for our defense. Pinning that team back, making Buffalo drive the whole field. That's another thing I have been speaking as a point of emphasis all week long about, and I'm definitely certain that Jeff Ulbrich feels the same way. He wants to make sure that he can make the Buffalo offense have to go on methodical, 12, 15 play drives, 20 play drives if they're going to have to score. Now, of course, you want to get off the field. You don't want to have to be on the field for 20 plays or 15 plays or even 10 play drives. You want to try to get those 3 and outs, but don't give up big plays. I think that's going to be the hugest thing for us, but we need to create some big plays and make it a little easier for Michael Penix to be able to get closer to the end zone with some of that field position. If we can get some returns and have our field position starting around the 50 or the 40-yard line, or even past the 35 in our territory, that's going to be huge.
Right. I mean, huge in the form of major. special teams, special teams and field position have really been hurting us, especially with us having a rookie quarterback, and you have to account for that. We can say what we want to say about Michael Penix Jr. Uh, but he's a rookie. I mean,
Right.
7 games as of the last game, if I'm not mistaken, and that I don't care what you say or how you want to say it. Even though yes, he does come across as a professional. Um, that's just because his presence, his physical presence. But he's a kid. I mean, as far as NFL, the NFL is a whole different level of football. It's where you become a professional. Um, Things aren't so much geared around whatever you think or whatever you think, however you think things should be. You have to have some form of conformity to the other things going on around you, as well as adaptation, because of what the other defenses and the other defensive coordinators are going to throw at you. Hence the reason why we had that bad game with him against a Carolina. Minnesota was rough, but he did what he's supposed to do. He did a lot of handing the ball off, but it was rough, and he missed a lot of passes in like the game against Carolina. It's just because of what the coordinator was showing him. That's a thing that you have to really step up to the plate with and get in the film room. And he's that kind of guy that we can have some form of belief in, for the simple fact that we've seen him adjust in the Washington game. You can say what you want to say about the Washington game, about their offense or whatever. Yeah, there was a backup quarterback, but that was not the backup defense, and that's who he went up against. And he was able to score 30 plus points against that defense. That is if you look at their roster, if you're going to be an honest fan of football, honest student of the game, you have that team is stacked. I don't know. You can say what you want to say, but that's a stacked football team in Washington. Uh, Even with Mariota, and Mariota did not. That was probably one of his better games ever. I'll die on that hill. That was probably one of his best games he ever played.
Agreed. Yeah, no, Mariota had a pretty good game when we played against Washington. Gotta take your hat off to what he was able to do in that game. Cliff Kingsbury. It seems as though wherever he goes with quarterbacks, those guys do seem to improve. Even the year even while he was down there with Kyler Murray.
Okay.
He made Rosen look pretty solid even before that as well too. Before he decided to bail on him for the first year and some change that he was there. But yeah, no, I think that Cliff Kingsbury is one of those guys that's, I don't want to just quite say he's a quarterback whisperer, but I mean, you see just like how McVay, when he got a hold of Baker Mayfield, it just started to click for him a little bit better. Sometimes it's a matter of having the right coach simplify it for you or put you in the right positions to win. And, that was just kind of as a backup quarterback, all you got to do is kind of hold down the fort for a little bit too, so sometimes. So speaking on another note, I mean, we saw the game yesterday with Tampa Bay in San Francisco, and I'm in a group in an NFC South group with some guys, and I try not to ever dismiss a win or diminish a win because they all matter in this league. But I was kind of poking a little fun at them because they trolled us about beating Mariota and them. I was like, hey, you guys beat a very beat up San Fran team and without Brock Purdy, and they were all like, oh no, Daniel Jones is better than Brock Purdy and and all of this, you know what I mean?
Right.
And, you know what I mean? Like sometimes those backup quarterbacks, because there's not the same pressure on them, they can come in and be good for a couple of games. Because sometimes all you need is a professional quarterback, a guy who can get the ball to the guy without making a bad decision and manage the game for the most part.
I agree.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. This game, we definitely it's gonna be our biggest quarterback challenge thus far, and arguably the best quarterback challenge that this defense has had so far with this young collection of talent. I think we had Mahomes last year, of course, so some of those younger guys got to play against Mahomes, and thankfully, so I think that hopefully that should translate over a little bit to Roro. Of course, I don't think he played in that game. We had Anyamata out there, who's not a young guy necessarily. I think Zach Harrison might have got a little bit of burn in that game potentially, but maybe not. But at least they got to see the preparation that week of what that type of player was like. Slightly different players. I think Josh Allen's a lot harder to bring down in the open field as a power runner, and probably can hurt you with his legs a little bit more. But
he's a big boy. Yeah, he's a big boy.
But one thing I think about Josh Allen that's getting overlooked, he's been really good with the football this year. He hasn't thrown a lot of interceptions. He's only had 2 so far, 1 or 2 interceptions. And that's all the turnovers that he's had. He hadn't lost any fumbles this year. Historically, he's been a guy that will make some gutsy, ill-advised throws, and I think that's something that we could potentially put him in a position where he could make some ill-advised throws this game. We got some ball hawks out there. A lot of teams that have played these guys have not had a chance, have not played ball hawks like that, or played teams that have the type of secondary with ball hawks that we have. So I think that's a big place that we could definitely exploit as well too. Buffalo puts the ball on the turf sometimes too. They've only lost I think 1 fumble this year, but when they played against New England last week, there were some opportunities to get some turnovers there, and New England definitely capitalized on that. So I think that's something we're going to have to do as well too.
Right. The circle back around to what you was talking about with Brock Purdy and Jones. A lot of it has to do with of course, Jones. He's played before out of New England. Speaking of New England, but it's gonna be different with him and Shanahan. So part of that is gonna be too. Once they get that game film on him, that's gonna change up. That's a totally different dynamic of what you're gonna face moving forward. Once they get game film on you, it just changes everything. Because like you said, you can have 2 or 3 good games, but when they get that game film on you, it looks totally different with the defensive coordinator, because he sees all your niches and itches and hanks that you got hanging out there. And once he figures that out, like if you have a hard time throwing the flats, or you want to see everything open up in the middle, he's gonna make sure those zones shrink for you, where you can't do things that you love to do.
Agreed. Not as bad of an issue, I guess, when we're talking about someone like Mac Jones, though, just because he's a vet. We kind of know what you're gonna get out of that guy. It's just like with like Joe Flacco, for example, where he's at right now with the Bengals. Like teams know what Joe Flacco is right now. They know some of the weaknesses that he might have or may not have. So I think that's a little bit different than when they're a rookie. But you're right. When teams are having to constantly game prep for you and seeing if you've made the adjustments, because you can have game tape on you from in the past, but you might just be on fire this year. You might be in a zone where X, Y, and Z ain't affecting you the same way. So you're definitely right to your point about once they get that tape on you a little bit more, it's a little bit of a
That's
game.
rough. That's super rough. That's super rough. So, but the thing about what the thing that we can guarantee ourselves is I think Penix is much better than quarterback than both of those guys, and the abduction it'll be there. It'll be there. The guy that is just throwing some stuff out there, but the guy that's really having one well of a season, and that's that Baker Mayfield. Just I saw somebody put a post up in the group about Baker Mayfield, and it was just I was just like I'm sitting there thinking, I already had saw it, man. You talked about it a little bit last week, a week before last. I'm sorry, and it was just that I just kind of feel like that guy. We're gonna have to figure out a way to stop him because
Mm.
he's making all these wide receivers. Even that guy that Tez, that guy's like 5'8" if I'm not mistaken, 5'7" or 5'8" wide receiver. And he got that guy looking like a superstar. So I just feel like that to me, and I think in our conversation that we had, it was about who was the best team we were going to play. And argumentatively, you could say Buffalo, or something like that. I honestly feel like Tampa is actually the best team we're gonna play. Um, and that's not even considering the matchups. I think to me, in my opinion, the only way Buffalo beats us is they just kind of outcoach us. And I don't really see that happening either. Because if you look at us on tape, I mean not on paper. I'm sorry. If you look at us on paper, we match up. We're actually a little better than them in positions on paper, especially key positions. And I'm with you. I'm behind you 100%. We gotta run this football. 25 touches, absolute 30 touches. Got to see it tonight. We got to see that tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to see Penix out there having to throw the ball much more than 30 times this game. Or if it does wind up getting into 40 times or something like that, I would like for that to be a product of or a result of the fact that we've run the ball as much to it. Like only way I want to see Penix with
Yeah,
more
yeah, yeah,
yards.
yeah. I agree. I agree with that. I know what you're saying. You're saying like if we're in that position where he could throw the ball 40 times and it's not an issue. I got exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, but I don't want to come out. I don't want to see that game plan where he's coming out the gate and off top. Penix is trying to throw. The first 15 scripted plays, he's throwing 10 of those. I think that's going to get us behind the sticks. I think that you need for teams to definitely 100% be you need Buffalo to be worried about us running the ball. You want them keying on Bijan. You want them keying in on Tyler Algier. You want them, without a doubt, worrying about if they can stop our run game. Because if we make ourselves one dimensional, if we put too much on Michael Penix, we put ourselves in a position for them to make it a little bit harder and confuse him and throw some things at him. He's is gifted and as talented of a quarterback as he is. I believe that he's still learning the position very much. You
Right.
don't want to have him in a position where uh, where he's having everything coming at him a lot. I think they're definitely going to blitz him. I think that they're gonna mix it up with zone. They're gonna play with disguise and coverages. We've seen that he's had some issues with zone coverage so far, so he's gonna have to make sure that he definitely shows that that's not an issue for him. Um, but like you said, I like our chances. I don't think that we are necessarily that we don't have the talent. I believe we have the
Right.
players. We have a better team on paper. It's just a matter of what this coaching staff is going to get out coached or not. And I don't necessarily think that their coaching staff is hands down better than us,
Right.
than our coaching staff. But I think that our coaching staff has made some mistakes, specifically Zach Robinson. He's still a little young as a coordinator. I believe we have the edge with our defensive coordinator in Ulbrich. Ulbrich's a guy who's seen uh, Josh Allen several times a year over the last couple of years. So he knows what he's going to get out of Josh Allen. He knows what this player is. I'm not saying that um,
Oh, what? We got away with one on this first go round.
say again.
We got away with one. Bijan fumbled the ball. but they were all sides.
Right.
Yeah, he fumbled that booger.
Right.
We got away with one on that one. We got away with one on that one. Yeah, they stripped that ball. But I think they're going to be trying to do that all night. They scared of Bijan getting off. I would be too, though. I ain't going to even lie. I'd be so scared of that guy getting off on me. I'm glad he on my team.
Bijan is, and you know what makes him so deadly? It's not just it's not his running. It's not the fact that he's so good out of the backfield as a receiving threat. I mean, those things are great, but the fact that he's also such a pulverizing blocker and such a devastating blocker. Yeah,
won't he line you up?
Right,
man. Put a part down the middle. I seen him. I'm talking about big defensive ends, interior tackles. I say he lines them up. He don't care. I'm like, dude, do you know you're not supposed to be able to do that? You know, like in real life.
Right. Well, you know, I mean, I think some people do forget a little bit. Bijan is what, 220 nearly?
He's 220. He don't look like it though, because he's probably like if you grab him and pound him up, he probably just rock solid. Ain't nothing soft on him.
Agreed. Definitely looks like he's all muscle. It's funny that on that episode of The Pivot, Shannon Crowder was talking about how like it's not natural to see a guy that size move way he
like
moves.
that. Yeah, yeah, he did say that. He did say that.
Yeah,
he did say that.
So he does present quite an issue. I think that Bijan's our best all around back anyway. Whether we're talking about short yardage or just any other down as well too. I think just because you have to worry so much about what he brings in the passing game as a receiving threat, you know
right.
He can get outside of you if on any of these stretch plays, and he's a good blocker. I mean, it makes the team definitely play more disciplined.
I have a question for you. I hate to put you on the spot like this, but I got to do it. Do you think Bijan is a generational talent?
Absolutely.
Okay. Absolutely. Okay. You didn't hesitate, so I feel the same way. I'm like, just seeing what I have seen. Like, now I would say I ain't gonna say I slept on Bijan, but I thought his transition to the NFL would be, I don't want to say use the word regular, but just maybe a 75. C plus, B minus. He transcend that. He got me looking crazy out here with my evaluation. Oh my goodness, get it, Tyler. Yes, sir. Get it. That's what I'm talking about.
Definitely I would say definitely a generational talent. When I first saw him, when I saw we were going to potentially be drafting him, and they were talking about drafting him ahead of that draft. There's a buddy of mine who watches a lot more college football than I do. I'm largely an SEC guy, but I don't heavily follow college ball during the season. And he kept saying to me like, "Yeah, I think you guys are really gonna like Bijan a lot. He's real special." He kept saying that to me.
Who was saying that?
Huh?
Who was saying that?
Oh, yes, sir. It's a friend of mine. He's not in any of our groups, so he doesn't really do very much social media. But we do a lot of sports talk with each other. But he was saying that, like, I think he's like, Bijan's gonna be real special, and I think you're really gonna like what he brings to the table for you guys. And he is not disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. I did not want Bijan Robinson at first. I wanted to see us potentially go with some defensive talent.
I agree.
So he's definitely been worth the price of admission.
Yeah. I had a partner. He stays out in Houston, and he was on it. And he was an Atlanta Falcons fan. He stayed out in Houston. When he was like, we got Bijan, he was like, bro, don't lose no sleep about that. Now, because I'm with you. I was like, yo, let's get some defensive players. You know, I was looking at was it Carter in that draft? Which draft was that? I think so.
Jalen Carter.
I was looking at.
Yep.
Yeah, I was looking at Carter. I think Carter was in that draft, and then when we passed on Carter, I was like, yo, it's got to be something to it. because Carter he fell right in our lap. You know what I'm saying? I was like, and it's the fact that our defense was railing the way it was at that point in time when we drafted Bijan. But then, I mean, that was the draft where I honestly have to say you have to look at the body of work, because I think we went and got Rook, Dorless, and all them boys. No, that wasn't that draft. That was last year. It was the year before that. We got Let me think. I got to think way back.
We got the draft before that. I think we had Ebiketie.
That's right. That's right.
We had Ebiketie and
Zach Harrison.
Zach Harrison.
Yeah, that's right.
Zach
so
Harrison,
if you look at the
Ebiketie.
body of work,
Yep.
if you look at the body of work, it made sense once you formally put everything again. We got Clark Phillips in that draft too. Am I wrong?
What was Clark Phillips, a 4th round draft pick?
5th.
So that sounds about right. I think Clark is in about his 3rd year now, as well too. So, yeah.
So once you look at the body, the whole entire draft, then it came together. Because a lot of people they invest so much in that 1st round pick, and see the 1st round pick should, like, if you really sit back and think about it, it should be that guy that is the absolute best player in the draft, right? But he should also be the guy that's going to contribute to your situation ultimately. So it's not like you got, just because you do that on the 1st round, okay, yeah, you don't address your needs, but man, there's a lot of guys that slip. I'm talking about, if you really do your homework in the draft, I'm a big time draft guy. If you really do your homework, there's a lot of Xavier Watts is a huge example of somebody who slipped. Billy Bowman is a huge example of somebody who slipped. These guys are easy 2nd rounders, and they slip to the 3rd and 4th round, and that's crazy. And I want to hint on that, giving up that 1st round pick for JPJ.
Right.
To me, it made sense because we didn't, if I'm not mistaken, we didn't even have a 4th round pick. So they actually gained that pick in that draft. So you gave up the one and it's not like so basically you traded off, but we actually won that by getting that 4th round pick, because we had 2 6th rounds. They gave up the 6th round. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Absolutely agreed.
But we moved back up because we didn't have it. So we actually gained an additional draft pick, because the 2 5th round draft picks, I mean, 5th round, I mean, I'm sorry, that wasn't even 5th round. That was 6th round. We had 2 6th rounds. I think it was, I'm trying to remember the numbers. It was 356 and 343 or something like that. It was like way down there, where like it almost doesn't matter.
Right.
So,
and shout out to the group. Shout out to the people in the chat as well, and on Facebook as well as out there on YouTube. If you guys are just tuning in with us, we have the Falcons down. I mean, up 7-0 right now in the game on an early touchdown. And
Josh just threw a 25-yard pass.
Yeah, off top, doing exactly what I said. We got to stop. Stopping the big play. That looks like
right.
Joshua Palmer right there. And,
right. And that was on Mike Hughes.
Yeah.
So, and Mike Hughes is just, I like Mike, but Mike was actually a 1st round pick, believe it or not, when he came out. But it's just like he won't come up. He just there go the legs again. It's his level of aggression. All right, guys, don't get frustrated. Don't get frustrated. Stay locked in. Stay locked in. These are the things they like to do. We got to get them away from that. That's all.
And what was that? Was that man to man on that last, or were they in 3?
You talking about coverage wise?
Yeah, coverage wise. It looked like that was straight up man to man.
I can't tell. I couldn't tell. Just it had to be a man to man with a. I don't know. It might have been a cover.
Because I saw Jesse get over there a little bit later. I couldn't tell if he was covering.
That's why I'm saying he ran too far to say. He ran a little too far to say it was man to man. And if you're gonna run the man to man, you gotta spot him. So I'm gonna go with no, because he gained like 11 yards on that run. So I'm gonna say it might have been a too soft, they wouldn't run a too cloud that deep that far in the red zone. I would have liked to seen a man, a one high man, maybe a 2-man or
Mm-hmm.
1-man, something like that. But I don't think it couldn't have been a man because he gained 11 yards, and he would have had a spy if they was in man. Don't right? Am I wrong?
We'll see. They either they gonna blitz him in man, or they gonna, or like
That
you said, they gonna run a free guy, or they gonna spy him. And a lot of times they're probably gonna spy him. I'm sure they're gonna try to. I try to blitz him a little bit too, and give him some different looks. See if I can lull him a little bit. Okay,
right.
here we go. How far are we? Are me and you lined up this week on our game stream?
I got a flag they just held, and he just told them they backing him up. So you might be in front of me still.
Listen, I think I might be. I think I might be a little bit behind you. I just saw. I just saw a short run where they were able to wrap them up, where the Falcons were able to wrap them up, and so I'm on 2nd and 9.
Wait a minute, I can't even see the down and distance. They ain't got it up here on ESPN. I'm on minute 9. I'm 9:08, 9:07, 9:06.
Okay, no, I'm a
Second
little
and
bit. Believe it or not,
behind
I'm
me.
behind you this week now. I
Hey,
just
that's
seen the
hard.
flag, and I'm actually looking
That's
at the game the game ticker. As you guys see, we
why,
have on the
where's the
screen.
flag?
You've got
Where
the
the
game
flags
ticker.
at?
Yeah.
Hey, okay, I ain't gonna say nothing. You see it.
Yeah, we'll catch up to you.
Yeah.
Well, I see
What
the
up?
flag, and I see that they're in 2nd and 18 now. If I'm looking at the game
Okay,
ticker,
so you just one. It sounds like you just one play behind.
right? Look, I'm gonna refresh my thread out here, and just so you guys know, we professionals. We use the NFL Plus Pro Premium package to get all
And that's
types of
why he's
insights.
always so far ahead.
Yeah, this is
Come
not
on.
where I want. I mean, we got to capitalize on these type of penalties right here. We cannot
If we hold them
allow.
to a field goal, that's a win. Hmm.
Nice, nice. I like what I'm seeing. Look at Ebiketie. Ebiketie's out here trying to really try to step. He's been a little quiet early on. Arnold Ebiketie.
Hey, he know the income tax is about time to pay his income tax.
Hey,
Because this is contract season for him. He got it. I mean, the only good thing for us is we probably be able, if he doesn't do anything, we can sign him for the dirt cheap price, and then still, hope that he comes along. And he's still a great rotational piece. I don't want to say he's a one trick pony, but there's just some things that I've just noticed that he's unable to do. Um, and that's when he gets these sealing the edge is not his strong suit. Um, he doesn't come off very well in his engagements. Um, but like just far as Twitchy coming off the line, oh man, he excels in that. If you just want to, he's a great third down guy. So Twitchy in that department, but it's just some things that by now you should either got Brown or pass, or it should be behind you, and he just hasn't transcend that department yet.
yeah.
You seen what just happened yet?
Yeah, I saw they were able to get it to was that Kincaid, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they should have
No,
ran a
sorry,
scoop.
Dalton Knox.
Right. They should have ran a scoop on that one, but I know they're trying to contain Allen. I know I see what he's doing. He's trying to Brick is trying to contain him, and he's trying to cut down the zones. Uh, and they got in the red zone so quick on him that I know that kind of changed his mindset a little bit, because he was running a cut. I seen him run a little scoop one time, but they're gonna have to do that. They're gonna have to do that. They're gonna have to get to him and get him on. They can't let him see. He's a multifaceted quarterback, so he can run, and you don't want to let him set his feet. You want to get him. You want to keep him off his square. And he was able to line it up and just cock it back and let it rip that time, because everybody was rushing contain. And I understand now you have to rush contain with these mobile quarterbacks like that. You absolutely have to, because it's just. But you also have to get him off his square. And that on that possession right there, we lost the field position battle. With that one big play. We can't allow that to happen. The secondary got to really step up and get in these guys' faces. I'll take the penalties, if you understand what I'm saying. I take penalties over letting them make big plays. Give me the penalty.
Right. Explain to the people out there what you mean by that. By you'll take the penalties.
Okay, that's good. So we're gonna put that in layman terms. In layman terms, when I'm saying I'll take the penalty, that means I'm gonna tell my defensive backs to play very, very aggressive. Okay, so when the ball's in the air, do not give them an opportunity to make that big play. I mean, grab, tuck, tug, pull, do whatever you got to do to keep them from making a big play. And what is that's gonna do is that's gonna get the receiver frustrated because most receivers do not want you to touch them. They're very, very touchy, feely. So they do not want to be touched. They want to be clean. You can see them even when you get away with stuff. You can see them jump up and run over to the referee and hey, you saw him grab me. He grabbed me. He touched me. You know they don't want that. They're like point guards on a basketball team. They do not want to be touched. So when you start playing them like that, extremely physical, you're going to get some penalties. So if the ball is in the air and you're out of position, look, grab them, hold them, do whatever you got to do, but do not let them catch those big plays, and that's going to frustrate them. And you're going to get away with some stuff. You're going to get called for some stuff, but I'll take those penalties. I'll take the penalties. Just do not give up the big play. Because most of those penalties like that are spot penalties anyway. If he's going to catch it anyway, what's the difference? Just don't give up the touchdown. If you're out of position, take the penalty. Clip him, trip him, grab his arm, grab his shirt, do whatever you got to do. Take the penalty. And then let's focus on getting this front line going. If those guys realize they're not going to come clean on these plays like that, you're just going to let them run by you and try to use your legs as coverage or whatever like that. Then, they just going to run around on you. And then the front, they're going to play hell because they're scared to get penalties. And, just, hey, take the penalty. Take the penalty. Let's just play football. They jumped off sides again. They scared of Bijan getting off. That's why they keep jumping off sides. They're scared of Bijan getting off.
Hey, and if this just winds up being one of those shootout games where we got to go back to back, where we got to go score for score, we got to do what we got to do, but we definitely got to stay committed to that run. We cannot
stay committed, run, and we got to get this possession. We got to get this field position thing down. We can't keep giving them field position because they're a very dangerous offense. We don't want to get in the shootout with them anyway. That's not what we want to do.
Agreed.
If we can rip off a couple big runs or some dump screens or whatever, there it's right there. There you go. And he threw it at the ground. I'm sorry, I'm in front of you. Let me cool that out.
It's all good. I ain't tripping.
Yeah, I got. But if we get, like that little play that Bijan keeps getting off on, you know what I'm talking about? The flare. It's really a flare, but it's kind of designed like that. If you understand, it's like nobody over there. If we can get off on a couple of those, even if it's to the tight end, the pitch, tight end, that tight end dunk. It wasn't really a tight end dunk because he bodied the guy up, and then it was kind of a back shoulder. It was kind of I've never really seen it ran like that. Most of the time they do that, it's more like, he just go to that little soft spot right there in that hook zone, the linebacker's hook zone right there in that between the 2 and the 3 zone. He'll just body him up and then run up there into the 2 and the 3 zone, and then the quarterback will dump it to him over like a 9 route or something like that. But he ran a back shoulder fade on that. I was like, whoa, what was that? It looked good to me. Do it again.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. We gotta step it up here. Let's see where we at. Now, I'm at minute number 705 now. I don't know where you're at.
I'm at 7:22 in the game.
Okay, so you're about 10. That's still a play.
Yeah, definitely a play or two behind you for sure.
Yeah, so they running scoops. See, scoops will confuse you. If it's a scoop is almost like a blitz. But that was a long scoop where that guy came in. That was a slow developing play they called just then. You should be seeing that play now. where they ran that scoop. The guy that got in there, he ran the scoop.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah, they definitely trying to mix it up on the young guy.
Right. That's gonna get you if you don't know what you're looking at. Because just once you read that scoop, once you see that guy take that step, that crossface step, uh, you kind of know that's your sense of urgency. And Pitts, that's something Pitts hadn't picked up on yet. And when that sense of urgency should or shouldn't kick in. Um, and that's right now that's his Achilles because he not reading those the scoops and the blitzes and where the blitzes are coming from. Um, and right, I mean rightfully so because there's a lot of nuances that come into you just learning the play call, trying to call the right play. There's a lot of nuances that go into that, and there should be a learning curve. I mean, there is nobody that just steps into the game. You take a guy like that you consider just a expert of the game, and Peyton Manning. Go back to his first year. Even I remember after the first year, it was like the second year. Um, when I was watching that game when Tony Dungy cut him loose, and it was just like, whoa, this is what we got to look forward to. I think they were playing Baltimore in their last season game, and they weren't gonna make the playoffs. So Tony Dungy was like, okay, let's show them what they're gonna get. And man, I mean, it's like the sky opened up. He was just calling the plays at the line of scrimmage and everything. It was amazing. It was it was awesome to watch. That was a moment I'll never forget.
It's a little tricky, man. I kind of forgot that Tony Dungy was the quarterback that early in Peyton Manning's career. I was thinking he was still with Tampa Bay
Right.
at that point in time. But when he took over basically Peyton Manning's first year or was it second year?
I think he took over the first year, and then the second year is when they cut him loose. They sucked. They was booty cheeks that first year. I'm talking about they was terrible, man. It was bad. But I think that second year was when they kind of won more games that second year, but they didn't make the playoffs, right? But
I don't
the
know.
second, but
I kind of feel like they might. I know Peyton Manning had a good second year.
yeah, they had a good second year, but it wasn't like it was winning games. Compared to the first year, man, they were butt cheeks in the first year. I think they won like it was bad at first. I can't remember exactly how many games they won, but it was bad. But I almost don't remember. I would have to go back and look at it. But I do remember when they cut him loose. It was like there was no hope for them, and he just cut it loose. Oh good, okay. Not I ain't gonna say nothing, bro.
Mm. Man, I see you ahead of me now on the screen.
Yeah, yeah. You'll see it in just a minute. It's coming right on up. Right now, Allen is he's whooping on us. Right now, that's what we got to stop. We got to focus in on him. I don't think nobody else out there gonna beat us. We got to figure out how to beat him. And beating him is field position and getting him off that square. That's how you beat that guy. He can't run around on us. We're too fast. Good. Mm. Okay, yeah, your boy, AK. That's how we beat these guys. The defense gonna defense, but we gotta stick to the run. That last series, he got a little pass happy. You gotta get out of that. That's gotta go away. We gotta get out of that pass happy crowd. The pass gonna be there. They gave up some stuff in the beginning, got you a little comfortable, but we got to get back to that run. You got to get back to running that ball. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball.
Agreed.
Oh, yes.
They definitely going to have to run that ball. I don't think you want to keep Josh Allen on the field for too long, and you gotta take time off the clock. You have to get them committed and used to playing slower. Which is ironic because I mean this team is they're not typically a big play team most of the time. They will get those big plays on you, and they'll put them up. And we can be exploited with the big play. We do have some, their third receiver might be better than our third cornerback, potentially. So, or not our third.
Okay, our third corner is gonna be Bowman.
That's why I had to take that back. I meant more like our fourth cornerback or whoever they have out there as the second receiver can exploit things for Mike Hughes. Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. What you looking at?
Okay, I think Knox somebody just got a long. They converted on a long third down.
Yeah, they yeah, they threw the challenge flag on it. They still looking at it.
Okay.
Yeah, that looked a little sketchy to me too. So when I looked at it, I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute, hold up, what we doing?" It was a little sketchy, just off the muscle.
Raheem does a really good job with his challenges too.
Yeah. I know last year, a lot of people were hung up. I guess because it left such a disdain taste in their mouth. I watched the game when he didn't call the timeout. He went on record to the presser and he explained it. He was still in that. He was still in his Kirk Cousins mode, and he was looking for something different to happen there, and it didn't go how he thought it was gonna happen. That's why he kind of explained it in the press conference. It made sense, but in retrospect, like he said, I should have called the timeout regardless. And I'm like, yeah. So he took the accountability. He saw his flaw, but once he explained how the process was running in essence, he was like, if I call the timeout, it's gonna mess up their rhythm. But not understanding that, okay, wait a minute, I got Penix in here. He's still in the Kirk Cousins mode, thinking that Penix understood what the assignment, and he was like, Penix was still trying to. It was like a processing thing, so yeah, called the timeout. But that wasn't like that didn't break. But it's like, but now you see him being in, like, I felt like after that he kind of said, okay, well, I can't let that get away again like that. And so yeah, he's been doing the challenging thing where he'll bring them challenges up to the last minute so he can let his guys upstairs get a good look at it, because he waited to the absolute. They was on the line of scrimmage finna hike the ball. He threw the red flag.
But that was definitely a good challenge right there. It looks like they did not get it. I mean, it looks like they didn't actually come down with the ball. It looks like the second foot came down just on the tip of the out of bounds line.
And what's crazy, the 109 is the sideline judge. He's standing right there, and you gonna give them that? What? I mean, you got the BBB, the field bees kick up to show you what's happening.
Right.
Come on. What are you doing? You standing right there. It's in your face, man. I'm starting to wonder. That makes me wonder.
What's that?
Like, okay, if you standing right, if I'm a line judge and I got a clear side line of sight, you'll see it. They're gonna show it to you. The man 109, the line judge is he's standing right there.
Right.
He's standing right there. You don't get no more standing right there than standing right there, bro. If I'm standing right there, there's no way you could say that his foot came down inside. Because you're standing right there, and that's the first thing your eyes, as an official, your eyes go straight to that.
Oh man, that's at the other angle. That's even more egregious. There's no way they should have called that.
You see that? You see that, and then you see 109 is standing right there.
Yeah, that's
He's
terrible.
Standing right. That's terrible. That's terrible. Referee, like what? That's what I meant. That's exactly what I meant. It's like, what are you doing?
So let me ask you this: does the NFL still have referees that are not full time?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I knew that was a whole thing before, where NFL referees aren't paid as good as like basketball referees. Let me look this up real quick.
Yeah, look that up, because that's a dumb fact if it is. I thought you had to be a part of a union anyway to be a referee. And if you're a unionized employee, there's like some automatics in there. There's some for real automatic things that are supposed to kick in for you. That part-time thing, I don't know. That's a good question. Okay, that stunt didn't work. Good. Ooh, damn.
So, if you guys look at the screen, NFL referees are actually not full-time employees.
That's crazy. But well, okay. Okay, what does that mean exactly though? Because like, what's the breakdown on that? Because like they only playing 3 months out of the year. So what is?
it's not to say that it's an excuse or to excuse the bad calls. It's just to say that I believe that is the type of thing that can happen when you have that type of when you have that setup. They just showed one of the replays from that touchdown where they had, if I'm not mistaken, Bijan and Tyler Algier in the game at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
With Bijan going in motion in that slot, and I think that that's something that we definitely needed to get a lot more creative on. For sure, using both of those guys at the same time. That's something we definitely need to make sure that we're doing a lot more of. I think that's going to be helpful for us, especially as we move down even later in the year.
Right. I don't know if you just seen this play with the Kyle Pitts play pass interference.
Let's see. Looks like it's. Yeah, it just popped up.
Okay, all right, I'm there. Okay, I ain't gonna spoil nothing else for you.
Yeah, I don't understand how people don't like Ra. Like, the type of confidence that he has in his players when he talks, I know it kind of upsets fans. But he's one of those guys, like, man, the confidence he has in you as a player has to hype you up, man.
Absolutely, he wills you. He wills you to believe in yourself. He's a. If you ever played football before, he is the coach that when things ain't going right, I need to go talk to coach. Like you actually tell yourself that. Well, versus if you do if something ain't going right, you want to go stand on the other side of wherever the coach is. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the coach that you run to in the sign of trial. I don't get why people say. I think a lot of people don't like Raw because they didn't initially like the hire. They didn't understand the hire. You know, I went back and forth with people when they talk about him and his tenure of wins versus losses. And I have to bring up the fact that the man was 32 years old when he took the job in Tampa.
Yep.
You know, Rich McKay was down there when he actually took the job in Tampa. And I'm like, dude, that was 15, 16 years ago. Do you remember your level of professionalism or how much of good you were at whatever you do for a living at 15, 16 years ago? And it's like, I mean, that was a stain on his career. But I mean, if you look at all the coaches, you go through all the coaches, college football, NFL, high school, and you could look at their start versus where they finish. Eventually, they're gonna catch on. You could do Andy Reid like that. You know, a lot of people wanted Belichick, and I did not want Belichick. I thought Belichick was only as good as Tom Brady ever made him because I remember him before Tom Brady. I remember when Bledsoe went down and Tom Brady went in. I was actually watching that game. Oh my goodness. So I was actually watching that game when Bledsoe actually went down and Tom Brady came in. And I remember all the stuff that happened. I remember when Belichick was with the Browns. And he never did it for me. And he has proven that there's not like no magic crystal ball of football coaching just in North Carolina with how he's not just able to advertently just come in and sprinkle some magic pixie dust that they think he got in his pocket that make him this coaching guru of mystic proportions.
Yeah.
And it's just that's not a realistic process, you know. As far as an NFL coach, I think a lot of, especially with Arthur Blank, and I admire Arthur Blank's thought process of how he does things. He's a very patient man, very caring. If he brings you into his bosom, which is to me his bosom meaning into his world of he makes sure that you are. Look, he wants you to know you're family, dude. This everything else it is what it is, you know. There's a level of professionalism I expect, but he's gonna give you your opportunity to screw things up. If you get fired, it's because you kind of screwed that up, you know, with Arthur Blank. So when he, you know, brought in Raheem was here before. He was part of the clique He went off, went to the Rams, learned some nuances up under Sean McVay, and I really do admire Sean McVay. I ain't gonna even hold you on that, but he learned those things, and to me, it was a no-brainer hire. But a lot of people, they just I think their disdain for him is predicated off of that, and those things that I just named off.
This is a great drive right here for the Falcons. I don't know where you guys are at right there on the stream. I'm probably a little bit behind you, but this Falcons team, they are teeing off and just kind of having their way with the rushing attack. Of course, now that we're down in the red zone, it makes it a little bit harder to score. This is where defenses buckle down. But this is the game plan that we got to play. We got to be physical. We have to come out here, and it's got to be a brawl. We got to make these guys play physical.
Yes,
and try to be.
We're doing that. We're doing that. We're doing that too.
And we're doing that. We're doing it. That's what I'm saying. This is great. The way that we're going about what we're doing. If we have to continue, like for better or worse, we have to continue with this line of play.
Yes, yes, boy. Don't do that. Don't do. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. What Derek at? Derek, where you at, boy? You see that?
Hey, we gonna try to get the homie Doe in the chat too. He's on the actual video call. I'm gonna send him the link.
I love that too. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I got excited. I'm sorry.
No, you good. Listen, I need to tap into the group chat on Facebook as well too. But the homie Doe is in the game, so.
I think they all on here because when you click on the thing, it goes straight to the link. So I think everybody's in here talking.
Inside of
the link. I love Ricky Jones.
Okay. Awesome. Big stuff.
Yes.
Big stuff.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I seen it.
Did you see the palm grips? This man will grab your back of your head and just take you wherever he want to go with you on that one, boy. That was a strong mix, boy.
Now, see, I saw somebody else. I'm in, again in NFC South group that I'm in. There's a guy who trolls religiously. You guys heard me talk about it before, Joshua Cruz. He loves to troll religiously, but he had a good point of saying it was a good thing that if it was on my team, I would say. And he was, Wk6 is better than Drake London already. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that, but I believe that it's a conversation to be had. And
can I chime in on that? I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Please chime in.
But yeah, that kind of like, not okay. Now, you really can't say that because now because that would be, to me, that would you kind of discrediting Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is on a tear, and I hate to say it because it sucks. The Tampa Bay sucks, but the man is on an MVP tear. The man is balling. I can't. He was playing really good last year, but that boy is balling. So to say that Ibuka if you put Drake London in Ibuka's position and Buka in a Drake London position, okay, then what? So I can't say that Ibuka is better than Drake. I can say like, okay, right now, Baker Mayfield is playing probably to me, in my opinion, better than any other quarterback in the NFL right now today. Okay? So once you add in that factor, not saying Ibuka ain't that guy, and Ibuka ain't better than Drake when Drake was a rookie. I'll give you that. But to say Ibuka is better than Drake right now, I can't do that.
Well,
I honestly can't.
And so my thoughts on it are the guy asked me, is he better? And I said, I don't know. I said I think he's a better athlete potentially than Drake London. He has a game that he can go deep. He can do some things that Drake London can't do in terms of like being the deep threat that he is. I don't know that Ibuka has better hands than Drake London. I'm not saying he doesn't have better hands, but we haven't seen that yet. I don't know how Ibuka is with catching the ball and trapping. He's not afraid to go over the middle. He's not afraid to catch slants. But I don't know how Ibuka is as a pass blocker. I mean, a run blocker either. And Drake does things like what we just saw on that touchdown, where
that was crazy.
Throw to him in traffic, and he can put that ball out. He's a devastating blocker. He's he plays in between a wide receiver and a tight end. And those are things that I don't mind, that I like it having in a wide receiver. You can sleep on people's speed, but that route running and the fact that he'll lull you to sleep with that underneath stuff, it just makes it better. So guys like that, you just got to put more deep threats around him. He can get behind you, but I think the verdict's still out there. I think it's too early, to your point, to say something like Ibuka is better than Drake London. It's a little bit disrespectful. Ibuka's probably he might arguably become the offensive rookie of the year this year. But I also like Ted McMillan up there for those Panthers as well too. So,
right.
Everybody out there in the chat, if you're watching us on YouTube, you're looking for a good home for some good Falcons group activity, I'm gonna put the link here in the chat. Is that okay with you, Greer?
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you guys the link to the Facebook group for Falcons Nation. If you're looking for a good home to discuss Falcons analysis and things going on with it, just a really dope community, loving people. They really appreciate the fans in there. There's not any gatekeeping with your comments getting uploaded, unless of course you're coming with some foolishness or nonsense. But
right.
Yeah, definitely tap in with Falcons Nation. If you guys are out there in the Facebook thread and you're watching us in Falcons Nation or on Point Game Official on Facebook, definitely look us up on YouTube under Point Game Official with the Falcons Bird Bath. You can definitely check out the podcast. We're going to be also doing more analysis on the rest of the NFL. I'm going to have Steve Hightower, who's been on the show a few times, former NFL player and sports specialist. He's going to be doing a lot more breakdowns just in terms of the overall rest of the league, and I'll be on there with him on some of those as well too. But we will have Falcons content and just NFL content in general as well too. So definitely keep tapping in with us. And I mean, as of right now,
that's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, bro. Keep talking, man.
You back in? I ain't in yet. All I know is 7-14.
Right. But the defense is doing that. I think, in my opinion, the defense this series is doing exactly what me and you have laid out. The things they needed to do. Right. It's happening now.
Oh man, wow. Doe said he's asking to join. I didn't see him trying to get into
the chat.
Yeah, I missed it. Oh man, we're gonna get Doe in there in a second. Let me
get him. God damn it. Come on, y'all. Y'all gotta, all this almost doesn't count. This almost shit don't count, y'all. We gotta get there. Everything was right. Everything was dialed up for us to be successful. Let me see what we did here. Just missed the tackle.
Okay, we got.
Look. They got Walker playing all ball linebacker. Wait a minute. Let me see where he came from again. I have to see this again. But it looked like they had him playing all ball linebacker.
It's not letting me. I'm trying to add in Doe.
Is that Walker? That's Diablo. I couldn't go back to that last play. I couldn't see that last play. It looked like they had Walker playing. You can see it. You should be looking at it.
Yeah,
they had Walker playing.
I'm actually trying to. Let me see. Oh, they had him. No, it looks like we missed the tackle.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, he basically lined up on the outside, and they motioned him. They dropped him in zone over to the middle. It looks like they ran some type of stuff.
It was a black coverage. Yeah, it was a black coverage. Then it was they just dropped him in cover. They dropped him to run that flat zone. I thought it looked like I couldn't go back to see exactly where he lined up at first.
Yeah, he lined up on the edge at first.
Okay. kind of missed that tackle. If he would have just been one step a little quicker, he probably had to run away all the way across the field though on that one. That's a big zone for him to have to cover. Oh my goodness, that was a big zone. If that's the case though, they shouldn't have ran a zone. They should have. Well, no, if that's the case, because you have to run a zone when you drop the coverage like that. You can't run with the guy. It wasn't just him though. It was two other people.
All right, is everybody there?
Yeah.
Okay, let me.
What's happening, brother?
Remote location.
Let me readjust the screen for the homie Doe.
Yeah. He's gang doing it big.
I got all these bills, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
but they ain't holding it down. We hold it down.
Right.
We hold it down
Right.
on remote location.
Right.
Oh,
Let me get this.
yes, sir. Hold on.
Let me get this screen readjusted so you guys can see Doe. Here he goes. We got the
I like that
homie
chain.
Doe.
I like that chain you got on too.
Hey, man, hey, come on through, man. Falcons fans in here, man.
Let me get
Yes,
it
sir.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know who just got hurt. For the Bills, who was that? What wide receiver was that?
Pollard. I think it's Pollard or something like that.
Pollard?
Let me see. Yeah. Oh yeah, he hyperextended that knee. He kind of where all the weight came down on that knee. It kind of got trapped up underneath it.
Oh yeah! Come on! Oh yeah! Let's go!
Hey, look,
Hey, man.
Doe faster than all of us at the game.
Yeah.
Number one today, baby. Yes, sir.
Hey, so
You in
Doe,
the
what's
place
it
to
like?
be.
What's it
You in
like
the
at the
place to
game
be.
there, man? What's the
Hey,
atmosphere
man,
like?
it's a live atmosphere. Somebody hurt. Oh, that ain't Josh Allen. That's our offensive lineman. Hey, it's real thick out here. It was a lot of percent that came through, man. We is. And I got one sitting next to me. He talking all the junk in the world. Like my auntie said, all the sugar, honey, ice tea. And I'm giving it right back. Giving it right back, man. But it's a dope atmosphere. I'm glad everybody showed out. Unfortunately, two Bills just got injured on the field. I'm glad it ain't the red and black, baby. You know what I'm saying? I don't wish nothing down on nobody.
Right.
It was nothing bad on nobody, but hey,
Hey,
That's
listen,
it.
that's on.
I don't never wish no injuries on nobody, but if one
I
of
don't
these
either.
guys can get an early exit so that he can prepare for next week early,
That's it.
and it can have a long, prosperous season. I'm all for that. I want these guys.
I wish the best for you. But if you need to
want
rest out this
I want you
game,
to be prepared for the
I'm for that too.
next week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get it. Hey,
so,
man, we up in here.
So what's Bill's Mafia looking like out there, Doe? Are they real thick out there?
Hey, they thick, man. Let me see if I can turn this thing around and show y'all something.
I see a little.
Hold on 1 second. Let's see if I can do this. Hold on, big boy. Let me turn this thing around and show y'all. Here we go.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of numbers.
You see them in there?
Oh yeah, that's thick out there.
They up there. They up there. You know what
I
I'm
didn't
saying?
think people had that many fans like that.
Oh yeah, no, they came out thick. They travel real well, man. So I expected there to be a large crowd out here, man. And nah, man, we still holding it down. The Falcons fans showed up. Of course, the Bills fans was in their seats early, but we didn't show up to after kickoff. But hey, we here.
Right.
That's what we do. We out there getting them chicken wings, them oxtails, jerk chicken. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You probably the only stadium that serves something like that.
Tailgate was crazy out there. Yeah, that tailgate probably was crazy, boy.
Now they not outnumbering us out there, are they though?
Oh, not really. It's kind of, I'm going to say it's about 70, 46, 60-40 Falcons.
Okay.
60-40 Falcons. So, yeah, they out here and, hey, it don't matter. I told them the more the merrier. Because in this game over here, they're going to get mad at me. And I'm going to have it all on film. Don't catch the air. Like I told somebody who came in, I said, don't catch that L, baby. So you're gonna see me again. Again. No doubt. So I'm out here, man. I'm just holding it down for the Falcons bird bag, man. And we trying to make it happen, baby.
For
Right.
sure, man.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah,
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
you
Appreciate it.
Hey,
tapping in with
I'm,
us.
I'm gonna I'm gonna check back in on halftime, and we can go over there catch the penalties outside. I told you that offensive coordinator was gonna try to throw the ball and see what happens.
All right.
All right.
I knew that. But, hey, y'all hold it down, man. I'm about to make some noise for the team.
For sure, man.
Okay,
Thank
brother.
you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, definitely
For sure.
check in with us at halftime.
Hold on. Hold on. Let's go. Hey, let's go. Hey, that's a
Let's go.
rookie. That's a rookie. Y'all about to see it. That's a rookie.
Y'all about to
That's
see
a
it now.
rookie. Look out. Where y'all sit down? Let's go. Let's go. Y'all sit down. Where y'all at? Let's go. Hey, that's a rookie.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Let's go. Hey, we out here,
My
man.
turn. My turn. Okay, brother.
Let's go. Hey, man. You can't beat speed and size, man. I don't care where you at. I
Oh
don't care
my
who you are.
goodness.
Yeah,
Oh
you see
my
it.
goodness.
You see it. 27.
Oh my goodness.
You see it.
Hold on, listen.
Let's
I gotta
eat.
watch it on the phone now.
You see it.
Let's eat.
Let's eat. Hey, let's get this money, y'all. We need to get paid. We need to get paid.
That's
So they better not be here.
what happened
Hey,
that game today,
hey,
boy.
hey, they catch that L. They better not be up in here. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Nice.
You might catch me on some Falcons
Let's
post.
go.
Hey, let's get it.
Let's
Rookie.
go.
Rookie.
Hey, listen.
Let's go.
So
Hey.
this James Pierce Jr.
Oh, that's oh.
This
Hey,
James
it's
Pierce Jr. trade up to get James Pierce Jr. It's paying
Man,
off
what?
dividends.
Man,
It's
what?
paying dividends.
It's looking like such a smart move.
Hey, they hate it. They hate it hard. Like, that was stupid. I'm like, nah. If you see something, you go get it.
Yeah.
I'm
You
so
go
sorry.
get
Free
it.
play. Free play. Oh, no. We should have let that go.
And our safety and our nickel that we got with Billy Bowman and Xavier Watts, both of those guys
Paying off.
paid out. So they were steals in the draft, and then getting Devon Diablo, who just was in on that sack as well, with everybody's favorite cornerback Alford. You know,
Right.
he's really paid off huge for us as well too. A lot of people were mad that we got rid of Nate Landman because he had 17 tackles yesterday. But I don't think Nate makes those type of plays for us.
He don't fit in this defense.
In this
That's the
defense.
thing.
In this defense.
Not this defense.
Not
He's a
this
great
defense.
player, but he's not in this defense. In this defense, he got cement shoes on.
Nate is a liability in the coverage, like you said, too, Simo. Nate is a legit
Yeah,
liability.
let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, Landman, in my humble opinion, is definitely a coverage liability. PFF likes to throw out a lot of those. Hey, look, I don't know what's going on, but it's good. Let's get
My
it.
turn.
Let's go.
It's offensive play too, so yeah, this is something to get fired up about. But I agree about Nate Landman. I like
Hey,
that Nate Landman.
watch this play. Hey, I'm sorry. Watch this play, y'all.
I'm watching it.
Watch it.
I'm gonna watch it right now.
I want to hear you get live. Let's go.
I'm gonna get crunk. I'm about to get he's
Watch
this.
the play.
Yes!
Yes!
Yes! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about right there. Now what? Now what? Now what? That's what I'm talking about right now.
That's why I
That's
do
what
you
I'm
live.
talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about right there. Friday
Let's
J.
go.
You see what's happening? You see what's happening right now? You see what's happening? That's what I'm talking about right now. Huh?
Let's go.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
Uh-oh.
Huh?
Hey, man.
Oh my
Mr. All
goodness.
the way.
Oh my goodness.
Hey,
Mr.
listen.
All the
Oh
way.
my goodness.
Mr. All the way.
Saquon who? Saquon who? Man,
Hey,
please.
Ooh.
Man, please.
Mr.
All the way, that's what we do.
Who?
Yes, sir.
Man, that dude, hey, and power. Because my man was draped on him like laundry. He was supposed to tackle him. Oh, he ain't even step out of bounds. That was power right there,
Love it.
Jack.
Look, they showing the replay of that. Man, I love the way everybody's coming off the ball low and ripping through, baby. They ripping
Man,
through.
man. They ate on that one. They ate on that one.
They extended
Nisha
That
all the
wasn't,
way,
that,
baby.
that wasn't supposed to happen like that. Y'all know that,
Hey,
right? That
nigga.
wasn't supposed to go
Hey,
down like that.
you ain't number 30. You ain't number 30 in run defense for nothing.
Right.
You
That
are
was
who you are.
that. What was that?
You
65
are
yards?
who you are.
They was on the 20.
You are who you are.
That was 80-yard run, bro. It was on the 20.
Hey,
Guys.
hey, you know what? Hey, you know what's crazy? They hated on us on the Bijan Robinson pick. Look, they said y'all got a running back. Y'all got a running back that high. Why y'all didn't go get Jalen Carter? You heard about Jalen Carter?
Right.
Right. Don't forget about
Is Jalen
Jameer
Carter
Gibbs.
top 10? Is Jalen Carter top 20 sacks?
Nope.
Right.
Is he top
Like
5
you
in
said,
sacks?
Look, Jalen
Right.
Carter he didn't even play the last game that they played. He been hurt a little bit this year.
Hey, brother. Thank you,
They
sir.
suck ass when he don't play too. They not that good when he don't
Thank
play.
you, sir. Look, we got Brandon Dorlans at what, 5? Fifth round?
Right.
Fourth
And
round.
balling.
Fourth
And
round,
ball.
yeah?
Fourth round pick. That was a steal right there. Brandon Dorlans was a steal, man.
Well,
And
him
they
and
said-
Braylon.
and
If
they-
we can get Braylon
and they-
Trice heavy, we can get Braylon Trice healthy. Everything
It's a
changes
problem.
because that was from all
It's a
that
problem.
draft. All that was from that one
It's the
draft.
problem, man.
Yeah.
Hey, look here, man. This is what we do. Hey, Falcon Nation. This is what we do. We out here. I'm out here live. To
Right.
the one and only. The
Right.
bottom of the barrel. We
Right.
out here getting it in the mud. We gonna keep sticking our
Right.
feet in the mud. We
Right.
making it happen.
Let's
You feel what I'm
get
saying?
Making it happen.
Hey, I think.
Man, that was
man.
an 80-yard. That was an 80-yard run. That was an
Let's go,
80-yard
man.
run.
Let's go, man.
No,
And they said we ain't gonna do no. Hold on.
Hey, so Derek Lowe at the game too, right?
Let's go. He's showing out. Stop showing out. Hey, man. Hey, y'all might see me on the news.
What up,
Because
boy? Shout
they
out
gonna-
to the
they
homie
gonna get mad at
Money
me.
Mail in the chat.
Hey, can you ask the chat? Can you ask the chat to donate some money ahead of time because it might go down like this. They ain't gonna like me. Not when I leave here. Not when I leave here.
Hey, in the
And I'm gonna put
chat,
it on camera.
somebody
I'm putting
started
on
GoFundMe for the homie Doe because
Start a GoFundMe for
he
you,
about to
boy.
troll. He about to
Hey.
troll these Buffalo Bill fans to oblivion.
Hey, hey, man. Stop that.
Big shout out
Let's
to
go.
Derek Love and Derek Love Hughes.
Yo, hey,
Falcons
appreciate
Nation
y'all.
on. Big shout out to Money
Hey.
Mail Cougar out there in the chat.
Let's go,
too.
money, man.
Yep,
Let's
yep.
go, baby.
Big stuff.
Appreciate that
popping.
lock
Hey,
in.
Mel, text me if you want to get in on the video.
Hey,
thread as
hey,
well.
I got a special guest that want to join the after show. I got a special guest for y'all. Hopefully he
Bring it
join.
on.
That's dependent on the outcome.
Sound
Yeah, bring it on
good.
after the show.
All right. So, hey, let's go. Let's stop that. Let's stop that.
Ooh, boy.
Hey, halftime. I'm gonna hit y'all back, man. I appreciate y'all.
For
Let
sure,
me
bro.
come
All
in
right,
and get my.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I just want to set the energy, man. Hey, we can get on. We out, baby.
All right.
One time.
For
Okay.
sure, bro. Be careful out there. We gonna say a prayer for our brother.
Word up. Don't get arrested tonight, bro.
Yeah, we go
right.
see if we can get a few other people here in on the chat. We go see if we can get both of my homies J-Bo in on the chat. We got my boy J-Bo from the west side, and we got J-Bo Guns also, they've both been on friend of the show. So we gonna see if we can get both of them in here as well too. Right now Falcons up 21-7, man. They got to make sure can't not give up this lead. We might be able to make them one-dimensional at this point in time. I'm not sure where I'm at in the stream. I know I'm a little bit probably behind.
If we can get at least another field goal, that absolutely puts them at one-dimensional. Right now, they running the ball on us.
They still running the ball.
Yeah, they running the
They're
ball
still
on us. They're
running the
doing
ball.
a good job, but that eats up the clock for us, and that puts us in a better situation if they do try to run the ball. And Devin Cook, he only gonna be good for so long. That's pretty much the extent of their run game. So
James Cook.
hopefully they just.
That's
I think much of Devin Cook, but you ain't gonna get no running back in this day and age toting the team like
no,
back in the '80s and all that.
no, that's actually James Cook, Dalvin's brother, right?
James Devin Cook. Okay, okay,
So you know
okay.
what's crazy? His name is James Dalvin Cook. His brother's name is Dalvin James Cook.
Okay,
That's crazy, right?
right. Oh, he fumbled it. I'll be out of bounds. Okay, all right. They doing what they need. They doing what they supposed to do.
Yeah, they definitely doing what they need to do. They're in Buffalo. They've definitely mixed it up
That was,
in some of their
that
looks
was
between a traditional set and that nickel, forcing us into nickel. I honestly think that they're at a little bit of an advantage if they're having us in the nickel. And look, it
you
looks
think
like
we're in
they've
a,
been
you
playing
saying
offense a
they're you
lot.
saying they're in an advantage when we're in nickel?
I think it puts them to a slight advantage in nickel if Josh Allen can break the pocket. The thing is, our edge guys are really getting after him. Like, okay, you got this play right here where Josh, you know,
That was a hold. If you see Walker, he wouldn't cut him loose. He
yeah.
he kind of cut him loose at the last minute, but he was holding. That
Well,
was a hold.
and that's something
He
Walker's
got
got to
away.
get a little bit better at. He's been doing good so far, but he's got to get a little bit better at that type of. Yeah, they definitely was holding him.
But see, Walker's not a traditional end.
He's not. That's
So
what I said. He had to
I,
get better.
yeah, he gonna have to beef up. That's all. It's just hit that weight room, start throwing up 315,
Yeah, more
10, 11 reps,
more
something like
emphasis to
that.
get that
That
strength
rate,
up. Yeah.
right? Just get your up body strength up, and that'll get them guys off of you a lot quicker. Because if that was not what he was traditionally used to doing, if that was not what he was traditionally used to doing, then it's kind of like between the end of college football and the pros, you only get 6 months of preparation.
Agreed.
So it's gonna be a little different looking in the next year. We'll say 2 years. And
Right.
by next year he's gonna be stronger. Then after that, he's probably gonna be pretty. All that's getting off blocks like that. But that was a hold. I don't give a damn how strong you are. If somebody holds you, that's just like the dude got away with one on that,
Yeah. No. Definitely.
legitimately.
Definitely.
But I will say he would need to learn how to sell that stuff a little bit better. Like kind of throw your hands up and flail a little bit if you know you can't make the play. But he's out there trying to prove a point, so he ain't gonna play it like that right now, which
Right.
I understand.
Now
But that's what he got. To do a little acting job.
I see they've got it's been a lot of D Alford tonight. It looks like.
They got him playing. I think they got him playing a little corner or that fifth corner. Uh, that nickel and dime. It look like they're running some dime packages because they're going big on big and linebacker, and they're blitzing a lot. I mean, Brick is blitzing a lot.
So
I'm seeing he's sending a lot of B, A, and outside blitz.
listen,
I've seen it.
have you seen how much of Bowman have you seen on the field? I don't see him in the stat. And,
Uh,
and every time I happen to really look up, I'm really
so he
seeing.
might not be playing it. It may be off for playing that nickel.
Yeah, because it looks like it definitely a couple of times I looked up, I saw Alford definitely out there on the field with
I
uh
did too, but I thought it's because they running the dime. Just because they going big on big in the up front and they blitzing the linebackers. So you would
yeah
run a dime behind that.
yeah no I definitely it's been a lot like I've been seeing him out there with the two cornerbacks with Hughes and AJ Terrell and great it's great that we got AJ back on this game. Maybe it's because of Bowman the injury that he was dealing with. Let me see what the injury was. It said he was limited this week in practice. Hamstring and a knee. So it's highly likely they didn't play him. It doesn't
That
say
was
that
that.
he's
That was offered on this last play. That was offered playing a nickel.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I'm noticing that. So I don't think I've seen Bowman all night hardly yet. All right, let's see where we going with this one right here.
We got off the field. What minute you on now?
8 minutes.
Okay.
How far
You
behind
in
am I
front of
on
me?
you than you?
You're in front of me now. I'm on 8. I'm just now on 8 minutes.
Okay, okay.
So
So
I
so
don't
I
know how
got
you jumping.
I got it going on my TV, which is behind, and then I have it going on the actual phone, watching it from the
That
NFL
puts
app,
me
which is
8 minutes.
probably more.
I'm only 8 minutes behind you on the phone, man. I'm only 8 minutes because I was 80. I was 8:08 when you was at 8 minutes, so I'm only 8 minutes behind.
Okay.
So it's like you see the play, then I see the play. It's happening, bam, bam. So we good.
Ooh, this is nice. Yeah, they
Okay.
gotta keep if they keep running the ball, this is just gonna get better for us because Bijan's ripping off chunk yardage right now, like 5 to 10 yards per pop on a lot of these carries, man. Like,
hmm Well, with that, I think that was an 80-yard run. So that his average is stupid
his
right
average
now.
is
It
stupid
won't,
right
it
now.
won't stay like that. It won't stay like that for the entirety of the game. But when he ripped off an 80-yard run, I think that's his longest run of his career. I think he
Right.
had a 60, no 80, yeah, 80. I think that's the longest run of his career. That was 80 yards. But I believe they were on a 20-yard line, so it could be 80 plus yards. But it was definitely 80-yard run.
Oh, I think you might like this play that you about to see right here.
I love this play. What are you talking about? I love that play. That's what we. That's better than that whack ass tush push.
Yeah, it is.
that I love that play. Who was that? Uh,
Frank's.
that was Frank's Felipe.
Because you got to
And
remember.
I feel like we should run Felipe out of the Wildcat every now and then. Felipe is our Cordell Patterson.
Yeah.
He's a Cordell Patterson for us.
Well, he doesn't quite have that type of speed, but he can handle the ball and can throw and can actually genuinely pass as a
Right,
quarterback. And if you have to tackle him on a sneak, a tush
right,
push type of play,
right.
that's
Well, no, he doesn't. He doesn't have Cordell speed at all. I wasn't really talking about that, but like, you don't have to have that type of speed to run intermittent, like that
oh,
Wildcat type of stuff.
oh
You know
agreed,
what I'm saying?
agreed.
Like, it's more just you just got to be a hard tackle to run a Wildcat type of play. Oh, they left him clean. Oh, they left him clean. Oh, they left him clean.
Yep.
Oh, they left him clean. That's what you don't do with Michael Penix Jr. And hey, look, you can say I know my boy Derek he was super worried about this offensive line when the season started, but these guys really have come along. I told them no, most of the guys they have now, if you put them all out there at once, they might not be that great. But
Right.
when you as rotational pieces, we have some of the best offensive linemen there are,
Yeah,
as far as rotational and the development of our offensive line. Get out of there. Get out of there. There you go. Go
and
get
you
you
know
one.
what? A lot of people don't realize that offensive line is when they talk about system guys and quarterbacks and all this other stuff. Offensive line is heavily system. What kind of guy do you have for your system? And I think a lot of people don't realize how close a lot of these linemen are together. If you're not like a
Right.
Tristan Wirfs, a Panay
Right.
Sewell, if you're not one of those
Right.
upper echelon tackles or offensive linemen, a lot of these guys are a lot closer together, especially if you have a smart quarterback who gets rid of the ball and doesn't eat a lot of sacks. And that's one thing that Michael Penix has done a really good job of this year. Even when he hasn't had his best games, he doesn't hold on to the ball long. And he's not going to throw the interceptions he's thrown. They've been some bad throws, but they're not like ill-advised throws usually. Like it's
Right.
just mechanical stuff here and there. So.
Right.
Yeah, his athletic and Penix's
His,
athleticism.
his worst pick was the Carolina pick for me, the one where he just kind of floated it out to the flats because he thought the guy was, it was kind of like almost a check down throw, and it was like he kind of floated it out there, and it was like that was his worst interception for me because it
Agreed.
was like guy he kind of baited him into throwing that. He really did. It was a more of a bait pass, and it was like I think he took away what he needed to take away from that.
Absolutely. Yeah,
All right.
This Falcons team is playing a lot of ball. Is playing really ball control. We can maintain a lead. We're built to play with the lead on defense, especially. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, I really like what we're doing.
Absolutely. I got to see a little more out of the defense to see us be able to come from behind, and not to mention the development of our quarterback. I wouldn't want to put him in that headspace right
Right, right.
now. Because we're a run team, and most run teams don't play well from behind. But we're a run team, a punishing run team. In my uh, to do away with the fullback thing, I think we need to figure that out. Because I would like to see more. Get out of there. Get out of there. I'd like to see more downhill running, and that's gonna be kind of hard given the facts that we don't do a fullback. Um, Smith was decent. Arthur Smith never did use him right. I think that guy went to Hawaii. The last fullback we had, and then since then they just kind of did away with it. And they don't.
Well, I like our tight ends and the
I
versatility
love
that
our
they
tight
offer us as well too, and being able to play like a fullback as well. If you
That's what I was just gonna say. So you read my mind.
Now, if you guys look at you guys in the chat or everybody watching us on YouTube and on Facebook, Penix, he's been most effective on a lot of his passes that have been fewer than 10 air yards. He's been really doing a lot better with his intermediate passing game, but definitely has been really good with his short passing game this year. And right now, that's where he's really thriving a lot too. He's not necessarily having to push the ball downfield in the same way as much. I think that teams are definitely wanting to take that deep pass away from us. And I think he's getting his touch a lot better on his intermediate passes. But he's been really good with the short routes. And I think as he continues with the season, that's going to gel a lot more. And come December, November, December, he might be playing some of his best ball. So I really like the creativity. They got Bijan out here in the slot more as well. They're definitely going to him and making them have to tackle him in space. I think we're in a good space whenever you can get Bijan like 7-8 targets in the passing game as well, and making those cornerbacks and those DBs have to come up and tackle him.
Don't get it twisted though, because the boy he got an arm on him. No, I think he's more getting this getting allocated with Zach Robinson completely. But don't get it twisted, boy. He can hang it up there. He can throw that ball.
Definitely.
Yeah. I would take the points. He don't trust Romo. What is that? 48, 50-yard field goal. What would that be? What they are? 30, 40. So that's 40, 43, 44-yard field goal. No, it's gonna be more than that. That'll be 54 because you got to back up. The kicker has to back up 10 yards. So that's 30, 40, 50. Yeah, that's 50, 53 yards. Okay, they might need to get a few more yards. Romo. I think Romo's longest kick, if I'm not mistaken, you can fact check me on this, bro. Is 52, if I'm not mistaken. I can look it up too.
I don't know. I need to look that up.
What's his name? Parker, right? Parker Romo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on.
And was trippy while you're looking that up. I'm trying to look it up as well too. With Penix,
John Parker Romo.
found it.
Go ahead, bro.
Well, as I was saying, on that last pass he actually was able to get out to the Bijan.
I got it.
The defense was actually able to get their hands on the ball a little bit as Penix was throwing that. He just was able to power through it and get it to Bijan. If they didn't actually get a hand on that, that probably could have been
right
a even more in stride pass
right.
as well too.
So go ahead, bro. You done?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so Parker's longest was a 57-yard kick in the XFL with the San Antonio Browns in 2023. So 57 yards, he can hit it from 57 yards. That ain't no drop in the bucket right there. That's a kick. You got to get something up on it. Yeah, that's pretty long.
That's huge. I want to see what his longest NFL. I see. I just looked up on ESPN. It says that his longest that he's had has been 50 plus yards. I think he has a 55 in Minnesota. He has a 54 for us.
Yep, I see 54. It says his longest. Okay, his fifth for final kick was his longest, 54 yards. Falcons. That was the one he kicked for us, 54 yards. That was his longest.
Well, the longest one this season.
NFL in the NFL. Oh yeah, well it just didn't say
He's
this
got
season.
55. He's got a 55 for the Broncos. If you guys are looking at it, looking at us on the screen, not the Broncos. I'm sorry, for Minnesota, for the Vikings.
All right.
Yeah, 55 for the Vikings.
Got it. Oh damn.
Dang, you missed it.
Yeah.
Dang.
It was there though. That was right there. It was just good defense. Just good down defense. Great defense.
I'm not mad at that decision right there. I might have maybe punted it. I don't know. I think you can go for that though. In midfield, I don't know if you want to run it.
It's kind of a catch-22. It ain't really no bad decision on that part in that area of the field. The only bad decision is just the play call. You know, you could play for the short yardage, or you play for the full.
I'm not so mad at the call either. I mean, they got the man-to-man on it. What I would have liked to see is potentially Michael Penix run for it. Now they did have a guy.
That's what I was just about. Oh man, you're reading my mind again, bro. Stop reading my mind.
Yeah, they definitely had a guy spying him. I will say that they had a guy on the spy. I don't know if he would have got it. It would have definitely been one of those. He would have had to take a hit.
We didn't lose nothing though. We didn't gain nothing. We didn't lose nothing either. The defense just got to play tough right here.
Defense definitely got to play tough right here. This is you cannot let Buffalo back in the game right here. That's why I'm like, I don't know. I might have maybe punted it there. I think it does. It potentially sends a mixed message to your team. You don't want to play to not lose. You want to play to win. We only got a 14-point lead, so I mean, they're not so far. I mean, they're still at the 35 anyway. So punting it might only got it to the 25 anyway, but or they were at the 35 when they on that play for
yeah.
But
so that'd have been like 57, 58 yards or something. That's right outside of him. So I kind of like I get it, but it's just like
I think you want to make
play call
drive the field.
Right.
I might have made them drive the field. I got that confidence in my defense, make them stop. I got the confidence in the defense where they are right now, even as well too. So.
Right. Ground can't cause a fumble.
D Alford's having a pretty good game right now, man.
Yeah, I think he woke up. I think he did what Mike Hughes needed to do. Wake the hell up. Like understand it's okay, stats is pretty on paper, but like you gotta make a play, bro. You gotta make a play. You gotta come up and get in people's face. You gotta challenge these folks. You gotta understand you've been playing this game long enough that you should be able to do that. Trust yourself, man. Get up in these folks' face. And that's what he trying to technique people to death. And I mean, technique is good to have, but man, look, this game of inches, and you got to get up in some folks' face to get some of those inches. Sometimes you got to be a scrapper. We can talk about the other offer. What was his name? Please call him Rocky. Played corner for us too.
Robert Alford.
Yeah, Robert Alford. He was real grabby. He would get you a penalty in a heartbeat. But that's one thing I did respect about him. He would get up in your face and challenge you. You was gonna have to he was gonna have to play some football on that particular day.
Right.
And that's what I loved about him.
Yeah, he's definitely a tough player. I like that about him as well too. Like you said, he get a little grabby. I think that both of the Alfords have similar. They're similar in that they will give up some of those deep plays. I think with D Alford, they both kind of suffer for the same thing on the deep pass as well too, which is that they don't have the ball tracking skills to be able to turn your head around and look for the pass while it's in the air. That's something I worry about with both of them because D Alford will be in position a lot of the times. He's just not able to get his head turned around sometimes, and that causes some trouble. Now he does get beat a little bit more, just straight up burnt. than Robert Alford would get. Robert Alford, like you said, he just be face guarding you sometimes, um, as well too. But yeah, he's definitely playing really good from that nickel position right now. I'm curious as to what's fully going on with Bowman because I imagine he has to be. They have to be really resting him because,
Right.
or maybe they
And
get.
I mean, if it gotta happen, it gotta happen. I'd rather have him down the stretch than right now. Not right now. Right. Alford is he's playing very good. He ain't been challenging that. I think Alford is weaker on these. Oh my goodness.
Agreed.
AJ is having a game. AJ is having himself a game.
Yep.
Uh, what I'm saying is, Alford, where you going? Where the fall off is? Well, Alford ain't the tackler that Bowman is, and
Agreed.
that's where you're gonna look at that. So, if Alford understands his role a little bit better, he just have to play. He just have to play nickel slot a little bit different. They asking Bowman to come up and then he gonna ask him to play in the box more. But if Rick gonna understand, look, don't put Alford in the box. Let him break up. Because let's be real, Alford was a dang good. He filled in for AJ pretty damn good as a corner. He's a lot better corner than he is a nickel slot. But I think he's
Maybe.
understanding. Go ahead, bro.
No, I think I probably agree with you on that. I think he makes me a little nervous as a liability in both spots. I feel like he gives up a little bit of something in both of those areas. Like you said, he's not a really great open field tackler or just a straight up tackler. When it comes, and he doesn't get off of run blocks very well either. So
Right.
when teams want to really tee off and run at us when we're in and that's part of why I said they're at a little bit of an advantage in nickel with us if we have Alford out there versus Bowman because Billy Bowman is very good at block shedding, especially to be the size that he is.
Yeah.
5'9".
Billy Bowman at one point in his time, I'm sorry to piggyback real quick. He was a linebacker at one point. He went from his transition from linebacker to safety.
Really?
Watts was from receiver to safety,
Right.
right? So there's your indifference. So yes, Billy Bowman was a linebacker. He probably was a thumper if you really sit back and think about it, because he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he probably was like a huge thumper.
Right.
And you get that with somebody who can get up under your pads and square you. Like those guys hit hard. Those are some of the hardest hitting people you gonna know. The bowling ball dudes. Those are some of the hardest people you know that you find. You find a big dude and he just gonna tackle you. He'll wrap you up and tackle you. But some little thumpers would be the little short guys, like a short boy. Good stuff. Get rid of them. The little thumpers like a Billy Bowman.
Agreed. Yeah, we were talking about with Drake London what he brings to the table versus somebody like an Emeka Ibuka. I think you're going to see it on this play right here if you guys haven't seen it already. He's really good run after catch, especially when it takes somebody to tackle him. He's good for another 3 or 4 yards sometimes. He will fight for that extra yardage and does not fumble very often either. I imagine he's got massive hands to be able to, because he reaches out with the rock very frequently, like he does.
You talking about Drake? Drake is 6'3" or 4.
6'4",
Drake
6'5".
is huge, man. Drake is and he was like 250. I think he was 215 when he came in the league. Not the fastest guy in the world, but possession wise, he is awesome. And he ain't even like a Michael Turner. Michael Turner was a bigger receiver with really, really strong hand, like slant. But it was like Michael Turner was slant, man. Drake actually is way better at running routes than Michael Turner was. I'm not saying Michael Turner was trash, but Drake is better at running routes than Michael Turner.
Well, you're not talking about Michael Turner, the Michael the Burner Turner,
the Saint Michael.
Oh, you mean Michael Thomas?
Michael Thomas. I'm sorry.
Michael
Thomas. I didn't know.
Okay, I got you.
Running back. I'm tripping. Running back. Oh, my guy, Michael Turner.
Right.
Michael Thomas.
I think that's a really good comparison on him. I think he's got a little bit more speed than Michael Thomas had.
Right.
For sure. I think he's got a little bit more
Michael
speed.
Thomas, but Michael Thomas wasn't the route runner, in my opinion, that Drake is. Drake is a much better route runner than Michael Thomas. And Michael Thomas had some great hands. He made some catches he guys, he had 2 guys Drake on, and he still come up with it. And he was like, he did some stuff with it. He talked about the hand exercises that he did to make his hands like that. Good job, Bijan.
Yeah, Michael Thomas.
Right.
Michael Thomas kind of lived in that world of the slant and the comeback and and a lot of button hooks and stuff. So
Slant man. That's what they called him that one year when he had all those yards. When Drew Brees did that damn slow mo ass spin on Alford and Brian Poole down there at the goal line.
right.
I'm at that game when he did that. I was like, and I don't know if they were scared to make the hit or what, but in that game, that gave you a headache, bro. Because we was going back and forth. The Saints ended up winning that game, but that was like, man, that was like, oh man.
Oh yeah,
But I think that was that year when he got he coined him with that nickname Slant Man. But Drake, that's who I always think about. But I think Drake is more talented than that guy.
Agree. I definitely agree. I think Drake London has more. He has more of a skill set for to do all those things. He runs more of a full complete route tree. He's not just a hitch and slant guy. Drake can actually get a little deeper on you as well. So.
Damn, Casey, you should, man. Come on,
and
dog.
Drake is a tremendous red zone.
Possession? Oh man, you ain't gonna beat. I don't know. You got to go find one of them Denver defensive backs, one of them guys to match up with him and far as possession goes. It's got to be somebody who's a big, huge possession. God damn it! Come on, y'all. That was yours right there, Drake. I got to see that one back again because that looked like that was yours. Oh yeah, get that one.
Yeah. It could have been a little bit. You could have had a little bit more touch on that pass.
But I agree. Penix is he's not he has to he's like you remember when we first got Vic could fling that mother country mile, but he had absolutely no touch.
And by comparison, the play before that, Casey Washington has to hold on to that pass.
That's on Casey. I'm telling you, it was a little touch needed, but then in reality, Drake could have went and hunt and got that ball. Like in real life, I mean, come on, dog. Don't start that.
Yeah, Drake could have caught that. Drake could have got that though.
Yeah, he should have went. You got to go hunt, bro.
Drake should have. If you want to be known as a premier, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, man. Did you see that chip? Look at that chip by
receiver. He's got to make those type of catches as well too.
Yeah, you got to go get it. Did you see Robinson chip that dude?
I was just about to say that.
Man, I told you he'll split. Man, he'll split you down the middle. He'll part that half for you.
Yeah, he will.
And I'm talking about that wasn't no little dude neither.
Give you soft stool.
I'm telling
you. Bijan got that stool softener for you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a little conservative on this one. So did we open the game with the? Did we have the? Did they get the ball?
We had the ball. Defense out first. We needed a little bit. It would have been nice to get a field goal right here, but I'm sorry. Offense was out first.
That's what I thought. The
offense was out first.
The offense had got out there first.
Yeah, they got out there first.
Yeah, I don't like that we weren't able to capitalize on this drive and maybe get a field goal. You don't want to allow them to come back out after the halftime. And
Jake Matthews was hobbling a little bit.
Oh God.
He walking though, but he going there early because it's
Let's see if they can shoot it up or something, man. Like.
Yeah, he just going there early because the offense is done. 4th and 8, they gonna punt it away. 21 seconds left, so he just gonna go in, get a seam out, probably come out running. Like I said, get a little shot, take an IV, he should be straight.
Yeah, they got guys out there too. I don't know if that's a cramp or if he's also got an injury number 8 or whoever that is on their team as well.
Right. He looked like he kind of somebody rolled him up. No, he rolled that ankle. I'm looking at it. Somebody rolled his ankle. He gonna go take that up. Coach say put some spit on that. You offensive lineman. You don't need no ankles like that.
You think that's what happened with Jake? Is he got somebody rolled his ankle?
No, they showed it. They showed him when he grabbed it. When somebody rolled it up a little bit and he grabbed it.
Yeah, they probably just gonna tape it up.
Yeah, they're gonna tape it up.
Take that thing,
Give
and
him
now
a
it'll
little.
probably be swollen next week, but you gotta get through this game, and then we be on to the next one.
Oh, yes, sir. Who is that? Alfred. Same one we talking about. We can be quiet about Alfred now, bro. Now our biggest problem is Mike Hughes. We can be quiet about Alfred because he got him one.
Hey, listen, and I told people last year, I said our secondary has got some. They're not world beaters, but they're not that bad if you give them a little bit of a pass rush.
Right.
The pass rush.
It was pass rush was there. It was there.
Well,
That was not a clean pocket.
This year our pass rush is there. I mean, last year
Diablo was there.
Last year people were talking so much about how bad our secondary was. It's like, the
you're gonna look bad when you got
you're
gonna look bad when you got to guard the third move. You're gonna look like garbage if you got to guard the third move.
Hey, you know what? On that play right there, Jalen Walker, it's not gonna show up on the stat sheet, but he got in that passing lane. And
all of them. Yeah, it was
put a little pressure. Yeah, man. So, and listen,
I saw that.
Josh Allen is doing exactly what I told you he'll do. If you can force him, if you can get him behind the sticks a little bit, you can force him to make some bad throw or make some questionable throws.
Mm-hmm.
And look, I ain't mad. He thought he could try it. He thought he could try it.
That was not a clean pocket, like you said. All them guys got there. They kind of push in the pocket now. That was not a clean pocket.
When your quarterbacks, when your secondary can be sitting on routes and then break, and when they can play with their face to the quarterback and break and read on them, yeah, Josh Allen look. And see, I don't think Josh Allen is one of those guys that like, oh, he's unravelable. I don't think he's one of those guys that goes back out and comes back with ice in his veins. I think if you get him off his square early,
right,
you can make him back. Now, I don't want to speak too soon, but we'll see what happens.
No, we got to see what the halftime adjustments are.
Got to see what the halftime adjustments are.
But at the same time, like they do right now, just keep that pressure on him. That's basically what you want to do. Keep him off his square. That's the same thing with Tom Brady. That Tom Brady, if you keep him off his square, you can beat him. Oh, they put 3 seconds back on the clock, so they can get down. They can get some field goal range. I just fling it. It ain't but 10 yards. I mean, I just let them hang it up there and see what we come up with. You know, it ain't gonna be good on the stat sheet, but I like you said in your video the other day, the stats is for losers. That is true. So yeah, stats is for losers.
Stats indicate some things. They don't tell the full story. You don't play for the stats, but the stats are an indicator to let you know sometimes where you need to improve, what you have done. They tell some of the story.
Yeah, you can take away from stats. I'm not saying that. I'm not gonna just completely throw stats completely out of the factor, but in this situation, not really worried about.
Yeah, I don't care about the stats at this point. You gotta take a chance on the deep. You know, go for it.
Even if you're gonna throw a flare, throw the flare. Just get the ball, push the ball, so we give Parker Romo an opportunity. Let's give Parker Romo the best.
We need an extra 10 or 15 yards on here to be good. Right here.
Right. So that was a 8 or 9 right there. That was 8 or 9. So we're halfway there. That was 9. And I'm back on this Raheem thing. I don't get why people. I get why he pisses you off sometimes, because coaches are supposed to do that. If they're not doing their job, they're not gonna piss you off. But why people they're disdain for him, he should be fired. It's like it ain't even been 2 years yet to even really for us to get integrated. Yeah, get on the plane, run! Ow! Yes, sir! Woo! I don't know how I got ahead of you. I'm sorry, bro.
Love it! You gotta love it!
Oh,
yeah!
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all leave Jack Robinson alone too on this game. I ain't gonna say the rest of the game. Let's see if he stepped out. No. But it stops the clock, though. It stops the clock. It's a bam bam. It's bam bam. Let me see. That's on the one. That's on the Miller. That's on the. I ain't called out of bounds. I'm calling it. That's on the millimeter.
It looks like he out of bounds though. I mean, I think they ruled it a touchdown at first, but I'm looking.
It looks like he's out of bounds, but it should be one. Let me see. I don't know. I gotta look and see what much time will be on the clock if it wasn't.
Oh Lord.
That was bang bang. That would have. Oh man,
Did
I
they
know
keep
they
the
praying
touchdown?
that.
So they kept the touchdown?
I don't know. I'm trying to see.
Are we still?
They
Are we
they
still
still.
waiting? Let's see.
It's probably gonna be out, but let's see what the clock was at. Nah, he was out. He was out, but damn, how much was there any time left on the clock? That's it. They ain't gonna give us another chance. Ah, damn, 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 damn. Oh man,
Oh, so they reversed it on us?
yeah, they reversed it, man.
That's so whack.
That's what happened. There wasn't no time left on the clock. But damn, that would have been the play. That would have been the play of the week right there.
That would have definitely been the play of the week. Oh man.
He should have went airborne. He know it though. He know
He
it though. He
tried
should have
to.
went
I
airborne.
mean, he
Yeah,
tried to.
he got hit. He got hit in the thigh, and he kind of it was changing his momentum, so he kind of had to,
Man, look,
you know.
they cannot get too full of themselves right here. You know, they got Jeezy out there playing playing at halftime, so
Oh yeah, that did see Jeezy on the thing for halftime, the halftime show. That's what's up.
yeah, so
That was all right there. That was worth looking at. That was a great half of football for us.
excellent half of football, man. Excellent half of football. They definitely at halftime. I think you got to come out and run the ball more. I definitely probably go for a few more screen passes potentially. You know, you want to.
Yeah, I'm looking. I want to see that dunk play. You know that we always so successful with Bijan. Let Bijan get off. Shit, let him get that Rico Dowdle had 180 yards 2 weeks in a row or something. Let Bijan get him his too.
Yeah, I definitely put on a heavy dosage of Tyler Algier here as well too. They're definitely gonna gear up to try to sell the pass. I mean, to try. They're definitely gonna try to gear up to stop the run. I want to see some play action on some of this as well too. But yeah, I really like where the team is. We're in a really good position right now. Again, you can't sit and rest on your laurels at this point. I think they definitely gotta keep attacking. I had a coach used to say, you hit a gnat with a sledgehammer. So
All right.
you beat a gnat down with a sledgehammer. So you want to come back out and keep with the aggressiveness, and not play to. You don't want to play to not lose. Let's just go out here and put this game away.
That's what needed to happen. Put it away. Let's take care of business.
Yeah, we definitely cannot be in a position where we're not putting the game away. If you guys are with us in the chat still out there on YouTube and on Facebook, specifically if you're on Facebook, roll over to the YouTube stream, hit that like and subscribe button for us. Follow us on Point Game Official with the Falcons Bird Bath. If you Google either of those on YouTube, you should pull us up. And make sure that you find us on Facebook as well with Point Game as opposed to Point Game Official. We're on Instagram at Point Game Official, and we are on TikTok at Point Game Sports. Point Game Official Sports, if I'm not mistaken. But just looking at the halftime right now, we're looking at the stats. Penix has thrown 19 times so far, and he's got 171 yards with a touchdown, no interceptions. Bijan, 12 attempts, 12 rushing attempts for 138. Algier's gotten the ball 3 times so far. So all in all, early on, we have 17 rushing attempts already. I think that we could definitely get to that golden number, as I like to call it, 30, 35 times. I think that's definitely an indicator. I don't think we've lost a game yet where we ran the ball 35 times under Raheem's tutelage so far. Drake London, he's got 9 receptions for 147. Look, Drake might mess around and give you $2 tonight.
Yeah, I could eat that. Hmm.
Yeah, Drake might mess around and give you 200 tonight. Like I said, they're gonna have Jeezy out there playing at the halftime show. So
Right.
I'm kind of curious with these what Ryan Clark and Jason Kelsey have to say about this team right now on the halftime show. I see them there, but and they are showing a little bit of that Washington game right now uh, versus versus the Bears in that game. Let me get my update right here. My phone is doing its own thing. It looks like we've got a 13-0. 13-0 at halftime. Listen, man, as far as fantasy football, you play fantasy football, Greer?
Yeah. No, no. Actually, I don't. Actually, I don't. I answer that too quick. No, I don't play. I haven't played no fantasy.
Okay, you say you have played before, or you
I have before, but I ain't playing right
you
now.
ain't playing right now? Yeah, man, my team is doing pretty well this week, man. I actually had uh, Caleb Williams as my quarterback. I wound up not playing him this week, and I wound up playing Caleb Williams instead of playing Justin Herbert, who had a pretty good game yesterday. My opponent in fantasy football this week, right now, he's down 41 points to 95. Guess who his quarterback is?
Ooh.
Josh Allen.
Wow.
So he's playing Josh Allen tonight, and I got Caleb Williams. Right now, Caleb Williams is having a nicer game. He's got a rushing touchdown. I don't think he has a passing touchdown at all. No, he's got a passing touchdown. He's got a rushing touchdown.
Are they winning? Are they winning or losing?
They're winning.
What? The Bears beating Washington?
The Bears are beating Washington right now, right? Go figure.
Wow.
Look, they're early. They're early in the. It looks like they're back in from halftime now. I'm gonna kick over to that game real quick and give it a little watch over.
Wait a minute. They went to halftime before we did.
That's trippy.
We
right?
started 1 hour before. Yeah, we started 1 hour before they did.
Right. That is trippy. Oh, you know what? This is showing me my fantasy stuff is showing me that they're in the second quarter, but let me just make sure I got this right, man, because I might be wrong.
Because they started at 8 something, we started at 7 something. So what kind of running?
Yeah,
they must have had a.
they're not at halftime right now. I apologize. I must have read the ticker wrong on the halftime show from the studio with ESPN. They were saying that we're at halftime, and they were showing halftime under. Right now, Washington game, they're in the second quarter. They're early in the second quarter. Washington is down 0-13 with 11:40 on the clock right now.
All right. Yeah, that's okay. That's about right. So you can watch. You can tune
That's definitely good catch on that, brother.
Okay. Yeah.
Usually I'm not wrong, but when I am, I got the homie Greer to back me up.
I got you, my boy. I ain't gonna let you do it. You don't let me do it either, cause I will. I be locked in on. Be thinking about something else, talking about something else at the same time.
Hey, teamwork make a dream work, don't it?
Yeah, what up, bro? Yeah,
Shout out to
Will.
everybody out there in the chat.
Yeah, shout out to the chat.
We sent out a message we sent an APB out to the homie to the two J-Bos that I know. Can't really pick a favorite. But wanted to see if we can get them here on a little bit in the chat. J-Bo from Atlanta is he probably out dozed out on the couch right now.
Right.
Jay Daniels, I think they say he's 4 or 5 passing right now, as a matter of fact.
Right. I think I just saw Penix stats. I think Penix was 14 for 17 with 174 yards. I could be wrong now.
Penix is 12 of 19. I have it up the stats up
12
right
19,
now
okay.
for our team to have. He's up. He's 12 and 19, 171 yards and a touchdown.
That's not bad. He should have had 2 tutties. If Drake, there was one pass, I feel like Drake should have got. Casey Washington should have caught that one. Casey Washington's got to get that dog in it. Casey is only catching balls that's coming straight to him, I like Casey. Casey's a great athlete. There's a huge difference in between him from this year and last year. I see his development really, really coming along very well. He does deserve to be in the NFL. He does deserve an opportunity, but he gotta get that absolute dog in him. Just be relentless and just if that ball, if you get an opportunity, just take it. And he ain't there just yet. He's doing that. You remember that guy that I can't think of his name. He just would never. He was a great talking piece. Came out of Arizona, Sun Devils. Dark skinned guy. Can't think of his name right now. Arthur Smith drafted him, but he kept him on the squad, but he never would turn that corner and just go. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Was he? I do relatively. Tall. Is he a tall receiver?
Yeah, he had a nice little height to him.
Wait, was he still on the team this year during camp?
He wasn't on the team this year. I think he got cut.
Because I was gonna ask you, was it the guy that made the practice squad, but that might not. Who was on the practice squad?
You talking about Blair?
Chris Blair. Is it?
No, not Chris Blair. No, not Chris Blair. Chris wasn't. This guy was the biggest hype man in the world. Wish I could remember his name off the top of my head.
I think I know who you're talking about. I just don't know his name, unfortunately.
He was from I think he went to. He was from New Jersey. He went to Arizona to play for the Sun Devils. Was that Arizona State? Yeah, that's Arizona State. He went to Arizona State, and he was drafted by Arthur Smith. And Arthur Smith then cut him, then brought him back to the practice squad. But he had all the intangibles. He wasn't the fastest guy in the world, but he was big, strong, everything. But he just never turned the corner. And that's what Casey Washington got all the intangibles. He's fast, quick, twitchy. I mean, I have heard them compare his speed to Darnell Mooney, Casey Washington. But he just what you just saw, like he gets those balls that you really just gotta just be a dog just to get it. You know, that them Antonio Brown catches. And you gotta make them. If you plan on being around here and doing this, you gotta make that stuff. That ball hits you in the hands, you gotta come up with that.
Shout out to the YouTube chat as well. We got Victoria Bills asking if we don't have a contest. Not right at the moment, but we are definitely looking for sponsors. I am on a search for the best lemon pepper wing provider in the city or in Decatur. So hopefully we can start having some contests and some giveaways on lemon pepper wings. That's gonna be my first giveaway if I'm able to get one. Shout out to Anwar Hill, Rise Up, Dan's Mans. He says that don't worry, Drake London to get that touchdown back. David Ireland, David Breland, I'm sorry. I agree with you, my brother. He says, don't slack off, punish them. And yeah, that's what we definitely got to do. We got to stay on them right now. Defense definitely got to go ham in that second half, as he said. I think that the play action should hopefully be open. If we could keep running and thumping at them, then we got to come out again and keep running it a little bit. I think maybe in the second half, maybe start off with a little bit of a dosage of Tyler a little bit. Or you could go with Bijan, keep him running a little bit more. By the end of the game, they'll be
run that ball. Come out running. Open
gotta
them up.
come out running.
Come out running. I got that guy's name, by the way. His name was Frank Darby.
Frank Darby.
That's his name, Frank Darby.
What
he never
are your
turned
thoughts on the whole Arthur Smith regime? Do you think? I think Raheem said when he first got here that if there was a little bit better quarterback play, he wouldn't be employed basically, and Arthur Smith would still be here. Do you feel like Arthur Smith is a better coach than Raheem Morris is?
No, I can answer that very quick. You're right. He actually did say that. He said that in a presser. He was talking about what he said. They were just talking about players and adding players. And when he first got here, he said We had some things to fix, and like Raheem is not the kind of guy that's just gonna salt you up really good. So what he did say, he said, if there was a better quarterback play here, I wouldn't even be here right now. So he was talking about the fact that he bought in Kirk Cousins, and then that was right before they drafted Penix. But it was like, for him, it was like, that's our biggest issue. So I'm gonna fix that, and that was like, I'm gonna uncompromisingly fix that. Where everybody was so teed out, I think that was something else that a lot of people got teed up with Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot with. But look, right now in the NFL, we have one of the better quarterback rooms in the NFL. We have a very desired situation with our quarterback room, and this is the last year we're gonna spend all this money on it. I can fall on the sword. I don't know if Kirk Cousins goes anywhere next year. We can like make that assumption, but we still got Kirk Cousins for 2 more years after this year, because he signed a 4-year deal. It's just his contract was front loaded. It was heavy in the front. All of his money guaranteed was all up front, and it was $180 million contract. So there was $80 million worth of incentives. It was 100 guaranteed, and then that's really what you have to look at in the dynamics of expenditure. It was a 4-year deal. It was a 4-year deal with $180 million guaranteed, but 80 million of that was all bonuses and whatever you're gonna get, and he's pretty much done. So our salary cap, it goes to a huge number in the next year. We should have upwards from 60 to $80 million predicated. Some of that we're gonna have to spend on retention, because I know we got to do Caden Ellis, got Kyle Pitts, some other guys that I know for a fact we had to do. I just can't think of them off the top of the head, but I know Caden Ellis and Kyle Pitts are two that pop in my head. I would go on a limb and say we needed to retain Leonard Floyd. Leonard was giving us the hometown discount with the I think he was only getting $10 million guaranteed for the 1 year. So we can get some, if he's willing to do something like that, or even a little bit less than that. I say retain him.
Yeah, I definitely rather keep a Leonard Floyd than an Evan Katie.
Yeah.
Even
But if you do keep Evan Katie, let me just ask you that right now. What you see with Evan Katie, I don't see him getting more than $6 million. I just don't see it. I mean, we still got a long way to go. I think he got one tonight. I think he did get his first sack tonight.
I was trying to look at the stats, because I even see so far, looking on NFL, they don't have they didn't even credit the rookie with a stat. It looks like it's Alford and
Mayada. Oh, that was Rook. That was Rook.
Yeah,
number
looks like
9.
they credited Rook with one. And real quick, shout out to the chat on Facebook. One guy, SG Mayak, he's asking, saying he's not in Georgia. He wants to watch the game on a live stream. Unfortunately, I don't have any info on how you can get bootleg streams. Anybody who wants to tap in with that brother, please show him some love and some mercy on his soul. I am not sponsored by the NFL, but I will say that if you do get the NFL app, it is definitely worth the price of admission to be able to watch games on the go. Any of you fellas out there whose girlfriends make you go shopping with them or go to different events, it is great to be able to just pull out the phone, put on the headphones, and watch the game. So, or if you're at work or something like that, I work a lot of Sundays at time to time for different clients as a video producer and a lot of live event stuff. It happens on Sundays. So I do definitely tap in with that. God willing, we will be getting sponsorship from those guys. But yeah, let me pull over to these stats and see what they are saying about our boys. Because sometimes I think ESPN is really good about showing the half a sack, and of course you get your corrections after the game as well too. But I just for giggles. And at this point, I can't be more thrilled than I am right now with where we are.
That was a hold on Diablo. That man hugged D-Law, but he was on the outside. They say that quick. If you're blocking on and your arms are to the outside, they're gonna call it. They didn't call nothing. They're not
Yeah,
calling no
that's
hold.
terrible
No.
right there. It's a big
So they
time
made.
right here. We
I,
got to
I
get.
can see that. I can see their halftime adjustments that they made. Uh, they changed their blocking scheme. It looks like they went to more of it. They were a man. They went to a zone blocking scheme. Um, it's
Okay.
working time being, but I don't think it's gonna work the whole game. Because usually when you have to change your blocking scheme, that's not a good sign.
Mm. Well, I mean, they definitely can't block them straight up one on one. They got a lot more speed, so we'll see what this is gonna do. And Jeff Ulbrich has said that his top priority is stopping the pass. So of course our run defense does suffer a little bit, but we're about middle of the pack with our run defense. Uh,
Right.
but they definitely trying. Ooh,
Yeah, they just scored on that one.
yeah, I don't like that right there. You got
Well,
that.
we
Them
kind of
boys
got
getting
caught.
right back in the
They
game.
low,
You got
they
the
low,
answer right
they
here.
lulled us to sleep. Yeah, they lulled us to sleep on this one. From what I saw, they lulled us to sleep on that one because they didn't even get upfield like I thought they should. Ebiketie played pretty much that whole series. And he was like the run plays they just weren't crashing like they should have.
Agreed.
But they can clean. Those are clean up things. Those are things you can actually clean up. Uh, I didn't think we were gonna just come out here and legit keep them off the board completely. But we need to go. We need to go blow for blow with them as far as this goes. I don't care if you're kicking field goals. I think you need to come up, start coming. Just make sure we coming away with stuff.
Agreed. Agreed. They
So
definitely are gonna have to they have to buckle down on this next drive. We gotta come back. We gotta come back away with a score on this next drive.
yeah,
Preferably,
I think Brick makes his adjustments too because that was I've seen I see what they changed. I think I see how they switched it up. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh no, no,
What,
go
bro?
ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, I just that's what I was just saying. I was saying I see how they switched up. Like they said, they changed the blocking scheme a little bit where but that's not what Brick toward the end. He was blitzing, so and he was running scoops and X stunts and everything. So that's coming. I think he got caught a little bit too laxed on that one. So
Agreed.
let's hopefully the offense could come out, run the ball, we're in front, run the ball, kill the clock, and just take what they give us right now.
Yeah, definitely take
And
what
they
they
can
give us. Run the ball, take up some clock. We can't get too conservative, but I don't think we want to get too aggressive. We got to still stay balanced. This game is still close as it is, but we definitely got to put it back up to a two-score game. You preferably want to come back with a touchdown on this, but you without a shadow of a doubt have to at least get a field goal on this possession right now, or else it gives Buffalo different momentum and new life to come back into the game. And I don't want to say that as an absolute. Your defense can go back out. You could not score on this drive, come back, play good defense still, but you don't want to put that type of pressure on your defense and let them start, letting Buffalo get back into this game and start getting comfortable. You want to keep them definitely in a position where they are pressing. I think that's going to be better for us if we can without a doubt come back out here and put some points on the board.
right.
Yeah, we're not built to be playing as close as this is. I mean, we can do it. We've seen Penix have some good games from that standpoint last year. It hasn't been great this year. I would love to keep the young quarterback out of any type of situations where he has the pressure on him of having to put it on his shoulder. I don't think they're going to be able to stop our running attack. So we're going to see what kind of adjustments they have for our offense with their defense.
Right. We need some good special teams play. We need to play possession football with great field position. We need to keep them. We need to keep them on their side of the field because they have the ability to make plays. They absolutely. You're not gonna stop them from making plays. But what you have to do is get them playing behind the sticks. That's how you beat a football team like this. And we've already seen what we got on defense. So like you said, if we could score, like I said, come on with field goals, get some touchdowns. You know, I ain't gotta have no big huge plays. Just play methodical. Just play methodical. Understand that this game is it's 30-minute quarters, 15-minute halves. So understanding that, look, let's just play some methodical. Good run. Good run, Bijan. I'm not sure. I wanted Tyler Algiers. I thought I saw him get up a little gimp one time, but I'm not. I ain't calling that. I need him out there.
We've got Matthews back out there, right?
Right. Yeah. Let me see Bergeron.
I'm a little bit behind you on the TV.
No, he not.
I'm trying to get my phone.
Yeah, Matthews. I don't think he got. That looked like Gray and Wilkinson. So Matthews didn't come back out. Yeah, that's 71. Is that Gray? Who is 71? 71 is out there starting now.
I believe
Matthews.
that. Or you mean Wilkinson?
Okay, 71 is Wilkinson, and then somebody's 73 on the other side or something.
That's got to be Storm Norton, right?
Oh, Storm back. That's a black.
I thought Storm was back. Let me.
There's two black guys. There's 74. 71 and 74. Throw it. God damn it, boy! What the fuck you holding on? Excuse me. Why are you holding on to the ball like this? That was on Michael Penix Jr. right? That sack was on Michael Penix Jr. right there. That was definitely on him. I don't know what he was looking. I don't know what he was trying to do just then. He not gonna get it done like that though. And he's scared to turn the ball over. That's obvious. 2nd and 23. That's crazy.
That's a nice play though. Nice play right here. You gonna like this one.
All right. With picks. Yeah, that was all right. That was like 10 yards. So that's 3rd and 10.
13. 3rd and 13.
Oh, that was 13? Okay, yeah, okay. So he got 8 yards on that one.
So they've got number 17 is Michael Jarrell.
Okay, all right. Dang, he jumped in front of some people then.
Oh man, I feel like that was pass interference right there. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
There ain't too many people that can guard Drake London.
A second. Can't quite tell what that was. Did they pick up the flag on that?
I think it was both teams had penalties. So it offset.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, defense got to really stand up on this one. They're pushing in the back.
So I guess we're out here with Michael Jarrell instead of we don't have Storm Norton back, so that's my apology. Number 72 is Michael Jarrell, and Elijah Wilkinson is still out there. Started
right.
Apparently.
Washington is bringing it back. It's 13-7 now. All right,
This
y'all.
is going to be a key pivotal series when they get back from commercial break.
Absolutely. We get a stop here.
We definitely got
Got
to
to get a
stop
stop.
right here or a turnover.
That'd be
The
nice.
Falcons cannot afford to waste this good defense that they have. They got to come back out here and really get some points back up on the board. Yeah, I don't like where special teams.
Right.
So look, when they come back off of the commercial break, it looks like they're not gonna have quite as good a field position as they would have had. They got that holding call on the return. We definitely got to play discipline. Can't be too conservative, but we got our edge guys are definitely gonna have to get after the quarterback, and we're gonna need our spies to really be on top of Josh Allen. On this next series, we got to stop the run too. We can't keep letting them. We can't let them have another series like they just had, where they're able to run the ball on us good. We've done a good job of keeping Josh Allen from getting outside the pocket and getting loose on us. I think a number that I said before the game was how Josh Allen's good for a good 50 or 60 yards per game. Right now, we've held him down tremendously. By comparison of the norm, but so far, after that last series especially, James Cook has 67 yards now. We can't let him go for a buck something.
That's what he gonna be early, and then he gonna get tired quick. That's one thing about him. He ain't gonna do that all game. He not like a Bijan.
Not like a Bijan, but he's having a hell of a year though.
Yeah, he's having a good year. He hits when he hits in his window of opportunity. He definitely hits in his window of opportunity. But Buffalo is not a team that's gonna run the ball up and down the field on you. Have one back that's gonna go for 200-300 yards. But it ain't 200-300 yards, 180 yards, 150 yards on you like that. He ain't there right now. But we gotta commit to the things that we do well, and that's getting after Allen, because that's who's gonna beat us. Oh, come on, y'all ain't tackling. No, we missing tackles.
Yeah, and Atlanta is the third worst team in allowing yards after contact. Buffalo is number one. So that's really why that's why I really said we have to have an emphasis on going out here and running the ball versus these guys.
Yeah.
We can't let them outdo us on that. We can't be worse than them.
Right.
We cannot be worse than them.
Right.
So this is going to be a huge one for us right here.
Right. Made that tackle. All right. Come on, y'all. You gotta tighten up now. They got the first down, guys. You set. Let's put them behind the sticks. Keep on the side of the field. He's running the right front. You got a 5-man front, especially if they're gonna try to run it. Yeah, he running that 34. That's the right defense. Go get him. Go get him.
Right.
Come on.
You see it?
Yeah. What does the flag go? That was on Wk6 right there. He just, God damn it.
Was it?
Come on. I got to see it. They didn't really,
I feel like that was on there. I thought it was a holding call on the.
It was. It wasn't no what? There was no holding. There was absolutely no holding. Oh, he said it was before that. Okay, he held him when he came out of his break, must be, because he dang sure didn't hold him when he was trying to run to the flats.
So we've got to.
right, Cook is killing them and right there in the middle.
This is definitely going to be the matchup to look at with Buffalo's offensive line on this one for sure.
Let's see what the linebackers was doing.
So they got us for the holding call
Cut
on
back.
that previous.
He cut back. Yeah, he got AJ. So dude must have came out when they said he held them before what they actually showed, but I never saw holding. He must have held him when he came up and he must have ran straight to him and then broke right in front of him. And AJ kind of held him when he came out of his break. Good stuff. There you go. That's what I need to see right there. Commit. He got to come to you. Ain't with so many gaps out there. All right, what's that? Third down? 3rd and 6 or something like that. Got to be.
And you know a lot of the fans are wanting to see Buffalo. It's become popular to cheer to see the Falcons lose because it's just we've become such a laughing stock to some people out
right.
Here. But look, the Falcons force a big.
Yeah, that was it. All right.
Big 3 and out right here.
Yeah, that was big,
Lord,
right?
What are they calling on this? You gotta be kidding me.
What the feet?
You gotta be kidding me. Like, what is there a conspiracy to try to get these guys? They called it on Hughes?
Yeah, I want to see that. You got to show it to me. They won't show it to us. You see this? They didn't show you the AJ one either, though.
Yeah, that was a little. I saw it. It's a little bit weak of a. They're gonna show the replay on it. That was a weak call, I think.
Yeah, they didn't show it like showed it. They kind of put it out there. They trying to bail Buffalo out right now.
Yeah, it looks like they really trying to bail Buffalo out, but this defense
that's a bailout plan for
it. Hey, listen, no dice, brother.
Mm-hmm. That's what needs to happen. I mean, Yada got there that time.
I really like the resilience of this defense right now because even though they got those penalties, they still are coming back out. We are the more talented team on paper.
Mm-hmm. On paper, yeah, we got them. Our matchups, we beat them in matchups. The only place they got quarterback play is and then that's pretty much it. Like if we stop that, that's pretty much what they got. Is he playing this soft defense? Let me see.
Well, and one thing I will say about the Falcons is this year we are one of the best. We are the best run after catch football team. We are. You know how they have the expected yards after catch or expected yards after contact. Teams have had a negative expected amount. Like they were in the negative on expected yardage. So they've been getting less yardage than what they were expected to get on a lot of their catches, their passes and stuff. So we're definitely snuffing out screen plays. We're getting to the sacks. Doing a really good job with our pass defense. Thus far. So.
Good stuff, y'all. Good stuff, defense. Way to stop now, boy.
Huge set of downs right here. Look, it looks like they're going to try to keep them on the field for 4th down right here, too.
Okay.
Let's see what they do. They might just try to draw us off the sides. Let's see.
All right, y'all.
Big 4th down right here. Don't jump. Ooh.
Yes. Get him out of here. Ooh. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Got me over here singing
Good job, defense. Good job, defense.
Hey, look,
that's Josh Allen.
They almost messed around and got a turnover right there.
Yeah, that little dumb whatever Josh Allen. That's the only thing you got to stop Josh Allen. I'm telling you, they got some good stuff on defense. I ain't gonna lie. Ed Oliver and a couple other them players, man, they got some good stuff on defense too. But Josh Allen is the one you have to stop. You have to get him off his square. You get him off his
Well,
square, the offense don't. That
agreed. This
offense
is
is
definitely one of those games that to test your team on. This is
right.
definitely one of those games to test your
A
team on
measuring
and
stick.
see.
That's what I started with. This is definitely a measuring stick for us.
Definitely a measuring stick. Like you said, they do have a solid defense.
Hmm.
Their defense gives up a lot on the run, but overall they're not a bad defense.
No, they're not
Very
trash.
don't
They're
rate.
not. They're far from trash. They got a playoff. This is a playoff football team right here. Legit. It's a legit playoff football team. They ain't 4-1 for no reason.
Yeah, good teams find ways to win, and I think that we could be a good team. This is one of those games where we gotta find a way to win no matter what. However it
That's
looks
right.
ugly, but this is the drive you want to go out here and, like I said, go up, and you want to put some more points on the board on this particular drive right here.
Yeah,
You
we
definitely
need
want
to
to put some
score
points on the
right here.
board.
We need to score right here.
We
Been
definitely
nice
do.
to have that touchdown before the half, but we need to score right here. And it's there. It's there for the taking. Like you said, now here's what Zach can't do, and that's get overly conservative. We gotta take what they give us, but don't get so conservative to where you just like you getting in these third and rough situations. You wanna keep everything right in front of you and manage it.
Agreed. Agreed. Largely agreed. Largely agreed. Uh, yeah, it's gonna be an interesting span. Interesting next drive coming up here. I mean, what are we? We're basically here in the approaching the
Last
fourth
drive wasn't
quarter.
bad. We just got behind that penalty and then that sack, that stupid sack that Penix shouldn't have took that sack. Penix would have learned to get them wheels going. Like if you look, if it ain't there, take off running. It's
Agreed.
okay. We not, get on the ground. We we know you're trying to stay healthy. And we know you're not trying to turn the ball over. Just like but get whatever you can get with your legs, get it.
Agreed. Agreed.
Don't be like that about it.
Here we are in the bottom of the third right now, and they hand it off again. Yeah, let's go. They right back at it.
Good stuff, Robinson.
They are right back at it.
I hope Jake Matthews ain't got a high ankle sprain because that puts you down for a minute.
I definitely hope Jake Matthews ain't got a high ankle sprain, but if he does mess around and have that, this could definitely be one of those. I feel like we've got a cohesive unit that is definitely understanding to play with adversity. Hopefully, it won't be too
Well, we
long.
got some great tight ends that can block and help out with that type of uh energy. He didn't get to the back line of scrimmage. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. That's I think the X factor with things of that nature, like when you get a Jake Matthews go down, or the fact that we got tight ends that really invest heavily into blocking and making a staple with that. They definitely make a statement with their blocking.
Agreed.
Fourth quarter,
One more quarter.
some folds. Yeah,
One more quarter. I mean, we are hanging on to a very thin lead right now.
right.
Only
We
one
need to
possession.
score, field goal.
You want to at least come away with a field goal right here for certain.
If nothing else, the field goal.
What we were at a loss on that last play, right?
Yeah, that was
About a 3
probably
or
about
4 yard
two,
loss.
yeah, maybe three. Yeah, I hope not four, but even if it is, it's just it is what it is. But
You
it looks
gotta
like
get it
maybe like
back.
second
Whatever it is,
and
you gotta go out there
13.
and get it back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yikes! You hate to see it, but you hate to see it.
And then defense just keep playing. Hell, sometimes a win is a win. So I take it however they give it to me. You know what I'm saying? So the defense keep playing like they playing, because the defense actually got them out of there twice before they kind of called them frivolous holding calls, because that one on Hughes. I didn't even see the one with AJ Terrell. They didn't show that, and the one with Hughes, that was not holding. No, they can miss me with that. That was a gimme.
Yeah, that was definitely that was a pretty weak.
Hmm.
That was a pretty weak penalty.
That was pretty. That was awfully. That was weak. Weak. That wasn't pretty. That was weak. That was just. That was like non-existent weak.
Yeah, that was whack, man. But as a team, we cannot be out here complaining about the refs. We can't leave it up to the refs. So
No,
far,
you
we've
can't.
had every
They're not. They're
opportunity.
not gonna go for us. Yeah, we know we're not gonna get them calls. They've been holding a lot too. Ain't gonna get them calls. So, like you say, as a team, you got to battle through all that stuff and do what you need to do and have some sense of urgency and sworn getting to that ball and making sure that things are getting done. Like say, D. Alford even made a tackle. The guy got the first down, but he didn't get much after that, and that was big. That was big.
Agreed. Agreed. Yeah, they're showing the yardage and the stats so far. I mean, we are definitely dominating in terms of yardage, but yards don't win the game. You got to put up points eventually.
Yeah, we got it. We got to get that score.
Yeah,
We need it. We need this right here. This is when it matters.
Yeah, see that they're getting a little conservative now. Now we're gonna be in a third and long situation. I think that and I said this before the game. I think this is one of those games that we're gonna need we were gonna need to put up at least 28 points. Right now we're at 21. Yeah.
Yeah, to another touchdown numerically puts us
I would say at
in.
least another touchdown. I mean, hell, you can get you at least got to get you to 24. You at least want to get you to 24 because if you let them come back and score a touchdown after that's not a good look. So
Yeah,
14,
it puts
see
you.
what we're gonna do here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we got here. Ooh.
Oh, okay. That was a late flag. I'm talking about he almost didn't throw.
Listen. I'll
What
take
was he
him.
waiting on? What was he waiting on? Don't tell me it's like down in your sock. Was the flag in your sock? Cause he waited till Drake Ludden threw it. Are you come on, man? Are you serious? Oh, see how they don't want to give us this stuff? But then when it's them, they give it right to them.
Yeah, they automatically. Hey, you have to earn those though. You got to earn those as a premier team.
You think so?
Mm.
I think if you see it, you call it. I don't care nothing about that. I don't care nothing about that who it is. 'Cause they do that for the Chiefs. The Chiefs get all the calls. No holding. How you go through a whole game with no holding calls out of Chiefs?
Let me be clear about this, right? I'm not saying that I believe that that's the way it should go, but unfortunately, that's kind of the way it goes. They're like, oh, they become biased to the better team. Sometimes it feels like.
Right.
It
really does. Yeah. But it's like their bias is like, come on, now just call the game. Call what you see. The fact that flag came out that late is like, well, I can't really hide this. I'm kind of on Front Street. Yeah, he doing the ditty. Don't drop that ball.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
We are in field goal range. We are in field goal range. Was that play?
There.
No, that was a flare. He threw the flare. That's all he threw the flare. Yeah, that was a flare off the play action.
Off the play action. Play faked it one side.
Was Bijan split out or did he come out the backfield?
You know what? I got it on my other TV right now. Bijan is in the backfield.
Yes, that was the flare. Oh my goodness. This is what I'm looking for. It's simple. Just take what they give you type stuff. Got Pitts
so they faked it to Bijan and he just kept running on the same trajectory on that flare out.
Pitts, in my opinion, he doesn't play as big as he is. I'm that big, bro. I'm a terror. I'm gonna just terrorize you. You gonna be, man. Your mom gonna be mad at me. I'm telling you. If she watching the game, she about to be upset if I'm
Well,
big as
it's
Pitts.
you know what? I feel like Pitts does play a bit physical. It's not necessarily a run you over, but he's got a mean stiff arm.
Yeah, but I wanted that, man. I'm running,
You
man.
want
If
to see
I'm
him running
6'6",
people? I don't think he got that Gronkowski in him.
guys,
Can't
but
turn the
if
ball
I'm
over.
there, I'm talking about me.
You cannot turn the
God knew
ball
what
over
he
right
did
there.
when he made folks, because he would have made me like that. Man, I would have been a nasty, just run you, especially the guy. You know what I'm saying? Because he usually draws safeties in corners, bro. I'm 6'6", man. I'm about to bury you, bro. I'm about to put you in a bad spot.
Well,
Yeah, that was a good play.
if they could get to you before you can get moving, he tripped up on that one too. I mean, the turf
Well, he
monster
kind of
got him
ran. He
on that
kind of
one.
like he got on the turf on. I'm
Turf
just talking
monster
about.
got
I
him
ain't
on
talking
that
about that
one.
particular play.
Look, that's
I
why
ain't
he's
talking
so
about
mad
that
because he
particular
don't normally
play.
have it. He does not have agility issues. He just doesn't have the. I don't even want to say he has. Oh wow, what was that?
We got batted down.
Yikes!
It wouldn't have been nothing anyway. It wouldn't have been no first down. He wasn't going for the jugular.
Yeah. As you get closer inside the
Oh,
20.
it fell. It fell out his hand. He
Is that what
looked
happened?
like he tried
Oh,
to
yeah,
hang
they
on
showed
to
it.
it. Yeah, he kind of tried to pump fake it, and he
Nice.
was coming out too fast. So he probably saw something else right when he let it go. He probably said, "Oh, it slipped out my hand." All right, Parker, what you gonna do here, man? 37-yard attempt. Come on, Parker. Split me right down the
We need
middle.
this one right here.
No pause.
Oh wow!
Come on.
Really? You gotta be kidding me. This is one of those
All right.
games where everything that can go wrong is going wrong.
Not everything, but this
That's terrible right there.
Yeah, that was not what I wanted to see. 37-yard chip shot.
You cannot.
Okay, defense, you up?
I can't believe they blocked that.
Let's see. Yeah, he came clean. He was clean.
Wow.
That wasn't a low kick. He said a low kick. That man was in the backfield.
Listen, man, I am not happy with a moral victory this game. I mean, I like that we're playing these guys tough, but we're a better team than this team. Like
Yeah, that wasn't it right there. That wasn't it right there.
Yeah,
Penix
we needed that.
lost the control of the ball, then block field goal. Yeah, that's not what you want to see. So let's see what the defense gotta kind of man up here, because we're giving them an opportunity that they don't deserve. We should
Defense is definitely going after. This is putting a lot of stress on your defense, but I will say this defense is playing up to beyond expectations of most people, and of course to a lot of the people who have really been following this team. This defense is definitely doing what we thought it could do, and even exceeding a little bit of expectation as well too. But I'm not surprised by how good this defense is playing right now. I'm just really happy to see it happening. But yeah, we definitely gonna need the defense to really pull something out on this next drive, because the offense is not keeping up their bargain on what they needed. I mean, it would have been great if we would have got that field goal in before the half. We've had too many red zone opportunities that we're not walking away with points on the board, and that's been a hindrance for us all year, is walking away with points in the red zone when you need them. If you look at the game when we played against the Panthers, for example, even though the Panthers' offense was not doing a great job out there, they made sure that they kicked field goals and they capitalized on any of our penalties and our turnovers. And yeah, we're just flat out not doing that right now. And
right.
That is just not gonna cut it for us. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
We gotta play defense. We gotta play some really, really good, stellar defense right now. We played good defense last series, but those two holding calls kind of made it a little iffy and wetty. But right now, it's like everything counts right now. Everything's gonna count right now. That was not how I wanted that to go. I just wanted the man to hit a little 37-yard field goal and then put us up by 10.
Yeah, that's a momentum changer right there. Let's see if the team can respond back from that. Now
Hmm.
they're coming out here with the heavy set and they want to run it on us. Ooh, come on. Now I think that our run defense is a lot better than it says on paper. I think that the reason that we have been giving up so much on the run after the catch a lot of times is because we are playing out of nickel position. We play with one of the lightest boxes in the league. Uh, yeah, most of the time we're in.
And that's because they kind of load up front heavy in a sense. Okay.
Right.
And that's kind of probably why you're not getting the box per se. They running a 53 uh
Come
kind of
on.
hybrid. A lot of coverage behind it instead of like man and muck.
It's gonna be a
What is
huge
that?
third down for us right now.
Right.
You don't. I
It's
don't
third and
like
one.
the yards after the carry that we're after contact that we're giving up, or the second opportunity yards
But
that
that particular play, he hit the cutback.
it's a good
So
run.
whoever opened yeah.
Good run on, but
Got
you got to squeeze your
that
gaps. You
fourth
can't.
down. Get him out. That was a good one, bro. We got that one. They gotta kick it. They ain't got no choice. They can't go for this because it's like they backed him up on that one. Dude dropped. It was a bad handoff. Uh,
Yep.
he dropped it. He dropped it. He scooped it back. That was a terrible handoff. That was kind of on Allen right there with that handoff. That was on both of them. Nobody takes the handoff in the bread basket no more. What is that?
Now,
Oh well.
now listen. I will
Mhm.
say they messed up on that play last week too. Buffalo had a problem. They had a problem with that same play last week. I think they got a little too pretty. They got a little too cute right there on that play. So that's on them. You got to take your hat off to the rookie for staying on top of it though. He James Pierce Jr. Get a good block on him initially,
Yeah.
but he catches his footing and makes a very athletic play, man, for the
He
tackle for
did.
loss. So good for him for keeping his head on the swivel like that. Football's all about the opportunities that you have.
Yeah.
And so we've got some guys who are making the most out of their opportunities as well too.
And they really are.
Yep.
And you know what, bro? You know what? You're absolutely right. Because what's his name? The boy at Jacksonville quarterback. What's his name?
Sunshine, Trevor
Who?
Lawrence.
Yeah, Trevor. Trevor dropped the ball last week on a similar, like he wasn't a handoff. Was it a handoff? No, it was a handoff. It was like a bad exchange between him and the center, and picked it up and ran a touchdown. So you're right. You're absolutely right. So yeah, you got to credit hat off to the. It was actually two people back there in the backfield on that particular play. They snuffed that right on out.
And you know
But
that
they ran a point formation, so they brought everybody to the quarterback anyway. That was like a stupid play.
and it was an interesting play as well too. They took out James Cook on that play, and
Mm-hmm.
so I'm not sure how great
Well,
James
that
Cook
was
is.
what I was kind of telling you about Cook anyway. Cook is not he. I don't know what it is about him, but they just I don't know if he's Buffalo or not, but it just they ain't gonna let him. They ain't gonna let him run 200 yards, or he just not that type of. He's not that type of back because he good that first 2 or 3 series he gonna tear your head off, but then after that that's it.
Mm.
He MIA. Yeah, it's been like that all season. I'm like, okay, if somebody for me, if I'm a ball player, I'm like, true, I'm glad they took him out. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
for
what
real, like
I was just about to say that. Like as a fan, I'm watching it. And I'm thinking from it as a linebacker. If I'm out there playing as a backer, I'm happy you took him out because
yeah, that's the same thing. I'm like, that's
yeah,
him going to the side. I'm like,
because that
phew.
means you got to come with a good pass. And now we got our pass rush on you, or you're gonna have to come with something cute. I think a play like I think that was a terrible play call for them, and I'm glad they called that. I guess they
Garbage
thought
play.
they were gonna
So,
catch us sleeping or and slip on that, but we got too much lateral speed. I would have tried to come straight at us, or
but they ran a bunch. They ran a max protect. They ran max protect, so they basically bought everybody to the line of scrimmage anyway. They ran max protect and tried to run a. I don't know if that was a jet sweep or what. I don't know what kind of wrinkle that was. That offensive coordinator, he shit the bed on that one.
right.
And then it was a bad handoff. It was a terrible play call and a bad handoff. Okay, offense, let's get it done. Stick to the guns. Run the ball. Take what they give us. All right, did the cut back. Bijan, get out of there. Good stuff, boy. Good run, Bijan. This is the tough stuff that you have to do. Kill the clock.
Look,
Why you at?
Bijan been having a tough one all game, bro. Like they've been putting it back on him a lot, man. Look, James Cook, and to your point, only has 83. Now he has 83 yards. So I don't want to say only 83 yards. That's on 16 carries, so that's a good day. But bend but don't break. Right now we got Bijan at 149, 150. Look, I want to see Bijan go for it. I need Bijan or Tyler to get another tub in there. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be mad if they turned around and keep handing it to Bijan. I think Tyler gonna get him a run or two within this next one, though.
That was a very predictable play call right there.
Yeah.
And Bijan was hopping. He was jumping up and down. They knew he was gonna get the ball.
Yeah.
They put him in motion to try to get him to.
I want to see them run a pass play out of that motion. Motioning Bijan back to
That's not a bad idea. And then I will go to pitch specifically.
Yeah, you got to set something up off of that because they already saw that. Like you said, it's a predictable play call, and that's probably because you saw it. They did the same exact thing earlier. We saw them do it earlier. So you knew the play that was coming with it. They got to run something else out of that though.
Right. We got to kick it again. That was a terrible. That was
pass.
Penix.
Yeah.
That was Penix. That was on Penix. He tried to force it.
He forced
that. Was on Penix.
Listen, I think that was a bad play call. I would have went back to the run on that play. Go back to the run.
Well, look at Pitts. Look at Pitts up
Pitts
top.
was open. I saw that.
Yeah, he was open. He had a one-on-one too.
Well, I think it was Bijan on the outside of that.
It wasn't but a one and
Bijan even on the outside of Pitts. Outside of Drake London on that play was particularly open.
Yeah, that was. I'm not gonna call that a bad play call. I just feel like it was. He went. I feel like Michael Penix he shouldn't have forced it to Drake. I know y'all.
I agree. And I don't want to say it was a bad play call per se. In a vacuum, it's not a bad play call. I'm not calling that play right there to Drake. I'm not calling that play call right there. Like they just D'd him up and kind of held. They got away with a little hole right there and threw off his route. But I'm not going with that because I know that my quarterback is probably going to lean on his safety valve in favor of receiver there. Go run the ball.
I agree.
Come and run it at them. They have not been stopping you.
We haven't seen him. I think Tyler might be a little dinged up because we haven't seen him.
We have not seen Tyler. Listen, they could just be overthinking it though, man.
Could be, but I think he's dinged up. I seen him get up a little gimp.
Maybe.
Good job,
fellas. I handed it to Bijan again. Look, we only had 24 rushing attempts right now. We were on pace to get to that 30-35 number that I was telling you about. Ooh, yeah, good job though, defense. Listen, man.
That guy that just bought in, Roberts. Yeah, they got him in 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where did they bring him in from?
I can't remember, but I remember they signed him. I can't remember, bro. I don't know. I have to look it up. Roberts. Oh, let me hold on. I gotta watch this play first.
Say again.
But I remember when they bought him in. I can't remember where they bought him in from, but I do remember when they bought him in. Good stuff. Good stuff, defense.
So we got 7:50 on the clock now.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, Roberts.
Okay. So that's two times. What do you want, second or third? You on third or fourth down?
I'm on third.
Okay. I see a third down coming up now, too. So was that a sack by the other dude, by Roberts?
I don't know if it's like he got back to the line of scrimmage, so I don't think it was a sack.
Look, they gave Michael Parsons a sack on a play like that a few weeks ago versus Dak.
Was it? Oh, they did?
Yeah. Dak scrambled. He got back to the line of scrimmage. And they called that play. They sack to Parsons.
He just threw it away. That's fourth down.
Okay, yeah, you're a little bit ahead of me.
Okay. All right. I thought I was with you. My bad.
I'm right behind you now. I don't know what yeah. Now I see the fourth down coming up. Hey, listen, man. Hats off to this defense right now, man. I want to see what my fantasy. I think I might pick up this Falcons defense in fantasy football potentially.
Is his name Roberts or what? What is it?
Last name is Roberts.
Roberts.
Here, let me find Roberts.
I'm looking it up too. I'm just slow.
I'm gonna check out the
Sam Roberts. Oh, born. Okay, Falcons. Let's see where he came from. North Missouri Bullcat. Cat. Let me see. Sam Roberts. He got an old name, don't he? Oh, he's from Carolina. 6'5". Red. Hey. Northwestern Missouri University. 3 years of experience. So basically, I think we got him. But I honestly want to say we got him from XFL, one of those teams. That's where I honestly think he came from. I'm trying to look up his history. Let's see. I could have swore I seen we picked him up. No, he came from Carolina because he played for Carolina in 04. Mm-hmm. He's 6'5". That's a big boy. I mean, you obviously see he's huge.
Now we got I don't like that holding call that we got on our kick return, our punt return team right there.
No, that was I don't like any holding calls.
Yeah, we got to stop. We keep getting these penalties, and it's
putting us in a bad spot. Yeah, I'm trying to pull him up. Oh, there he goes. I was trying to pull up his Wikipedia because I could have swore. No, he was on 53 for Carolina last year. He was in Carolina for. He got drafted by Chicago. He got drafted by New England in 2022. Stayed for 2023. Made the Bears practice squad last year. Got to Carolina 2024. So he went from practice squad. They probably snatched him off the practice squad, poached him off the practice squad.
Sam Roberts. Yeah, let's see what he.
2020.
I can see how many plays he's played tonight.
Yeah, I want to look that up. I thought shit probably ain't with none. I ain't seen him with this series. To be honest with you, it's been Big O and Root. I hadn't even seen Dorless tonight.
No, I feel like Dorless is. I feel like I saw him on the stat sheet though. Maybe I didn't. No, he's on the stat sheet. He's got a tackle. That defensive line's been there's a lot of plays that have been being made tonight that are not necessarily on the stat sheet for sure.
Absolutely.
On our defense.
They're getting there. I mean, they're getting there. The pressure's getting there. They're getting there. Even when they're not getting there, like some of the bad plays that Allen is doing, we really need to capitalize right here. But some of the bad plays that Allen is doing is because of the defensive line.
Agreed. No,
okay. See, they're running a 5-man front too.
Who, the Bills?
Yeah, the Buffalo. The Buffalo is running a 5-man front. At the last minute, they dropped the 5th man off though. They dropped him back in that like that. They run like a black coverage. But they running a 5-man front.
Yeah, I think you're ahead of me there.
Okay.
Bijan, you gotta stay in bounds, brother. Keep that clock.
Yeah. Well, it's still running.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Taylor Algier. Okay. So yeah, he ain't hurt. Like I said, they might have just been overthinking it. I don't understand. I don't understand why Zach does that. He has a tendency. It's like he just I'm so stacked. I just don't know what to do type stuff. And personnel matters. And Bijan should definitely be your short guarded 5 yards in a cloud of dust all the time.
Tyler.
I forgot Joe was over there. Yeah, Bijan. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm saying Tyler. You right, right. I'm way.
Okay, so and so here's one thing I do have a problem with that I do agree with people. They talk about the pistol being a little bit predictable or being out of. I guess he's damn near a shotgun out of that last run that they did, but I don't like the running back being so far back and not being able, and the quarterback not going back to hand it to him. It looks like it's not supposed to work. Somehow we make it work. Uh, so shout
You
out
talking
to him.
about you talking about the pistol? Taking them away from the line of scrimmage, basically, is what you're saying.
Like have him
But
start there.
I honestly feel like Penix loves the pistol. So it's like if your quarterback is screaming, no, I feel this is where I feel comfortable. This is where it feels best at. When he got the playbook, he probably went through that thing and said, hey, look, these are the scripted plays that I feel like are most mm,
And,
with my mechanics.
and see, this is the stuff that I'm talking about where they're overthinking it. We just got a first down. You come back and you go and run a passing play. We get a false start.
Right.
It's like, dude, just come out and run the ball. Like,
I
I
agree.
don't care if they know it's coming. Like yes, they're gonna load up on you, but whatever.
Right.
But
I agree. I agree. I agree. I always feel like Zach Robinson's biggest issue is trying to recreate the wheel. That is always gonna be the knock on him. It's like you trying to do too much. It's like sometimes you try to get too fancy when that's just not even what needs to happen right there.
agreed.
So I'm just I'm not really a big fan of that part of his game. But like when he's on, he's on. You know what I'm saying? And I do feel like I get it with the pistol, but I also think Penix is I think that's a Penix thing. Because if you remember, they didn't they ran some pistol when they felt like there was a issue with Kirk Cousins. But if you remember, so we got to see it both ways. There was times when Kirk Cousins was he's doing 5-step drops, 7-step drops at times. So we got to see it both ways. So we know his playbook consists of just more than that element of it. Okay, all right. But at the same time, I honestly feel like the pistol formation is something that Penix is calling. That's just me as a coach. If I'm a coach and it's like, oh damn, that was lucky the ball got there.
Right.
Um, but as a coach, I understand because I have players that come to coach. I just feel more comfortable like this. Coach, I feel more comfortable like this, and you be like, okay, let me see how I can work around that. Because if you got a play that's a standout player, and he's comfortable doing something, you're gonna kind of try to make that work for him. So I get it. I get the predictability too. I get the predictability, but I think you throw off the predictability with play action. Make that work for him. So I almost in field goal range. Predictability too. I get the protection. Make that work for him. So I almost in field goal range. Predictability too. But that's what I feel about that. So I don't put too much in that because I just honestly feel like that's a Penix thing. That's a straight Penix. I think Penix. I kind of think Penix don't like to move them feet like that. That's just me seeing certain stuff. Like sometimes he could take off running, and he's still standing there trying to when he took that sack. He shouldn't have took that sack. He should have just got out of the pocket and threw the ball away if it wasn't there, or just take off running. Because I'm sitting there saying throw it. There's no way he didn't have time to cop back and throw that thing.
Agreed. And listen, I'm criticizing all this passing, but Penix is completing these passes now. We had a big wheel while we were chatting. Yeah, Bijan's definitely out here eating them up. So, I guess they are staying somewhat true to what they do.
Right after that penalty, they went to doing that second thing to Algier. I know you were behind me, so I couldn't say nothing. But that little dink pass to Algier, that was huge. Because what you're doing, that's basically a speed out or a toss sweep that gets them boys running sideline to sideline. Because if you look at Buffalo is fast as hell in the interior. They got some fast defensive linemen, and it's evident. You can see it. Good jump. All right, that should be a first down right there. He reached for it. Oh, you can't come from back there and then spot that ball. Okay, it's still 3rd and 1. We still
Shout
got
out
an
to everybody
opportunity.
still out there
So,
in the
man,
chat with us. And
word up,
Falcon
y'all.
Nation on
Oh,
Facebook
that
as
was a
well as
nice bounce.
on YouTube.
Oh, that's first down. Let me see where his elbow came out. That's a first down.
First
Challenge
down.
that, coach.
Yeah, I think he's short, maybe by a yard.
But he was on top of somebody.
Okay.
Yeah, they got it. That's first down.
Okay.
Because look, he's on
My
top
bad.
of
My
somebody.
bad.
Yeah, no, his arm there. That's what I was looking for. His hand didn't come out of inside. That's first down, bro.
Nice.
Yeah. Give me mine. Give me mine.
Okay. Listen.
Not for
It
you.
didn't
Not
quite
for,
look
that's
like
for
it
them.
on
That's
the.
for them. That was a bad call on them because the line judge came from behind that play and tried to make that call, and there was no way he could have saw that. I would have looked to my help. Damn, he tried to squeeze that shit in there. Oh my God, what are you doing, Penix? Yeah, no, Penix got to stop forcing it. He's forcing it to Drake. No, Penix, you got to stop forcing it. He tried to force it to Drake. You can't do that.
And am I tripping or we don't have Ray out there in this game?
Ray was he didn't play at all
Yeah, he
today.
ain't playing at all. They don't have him on the. Ooh, see, this is what I'm talking about. They can't do stuff like that, man. Just run the ball, bro.
Yeah,
What are
that
you
that that
doing,
makes
Zach
sense.
Robinson? Just run the ball at this point. You trying
Yeah.
to throw out, man? That was definitely a turnover. That was definitely a turnover worthy play.
Woo! First down. Now, why are these dudes coming from behind spotting the ball? They can't do that. They keep coming from behind spotting the ball. Yeah, damn, Pennis done hurt his arm. It ain't his throwing arm, no, it's the right one.
They wildin' though, man.
Yeah, that's on Zach Robinson though. He had a hurt of blockers out there. Tyler Algiers is just you could just see what he just ain't quick as that's a first down. He ain't quick as Bijan now. Because Bijan would have been like dead on their hip. Tyler took him a little while to get out there. Tyler ain't gotta be quick for me. It's 5 yards in a cloud of dust all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. For real. That's all I want to see from him is 5 yards in a cloud of dust, and I'm good. And Tyler Algiers is another one we definitely need to resign. I'm not sure. I think he might be up, but I think they resign him. I think he does maybe 5 or 6 million.
He'll be up again. He'll be up.
Yeah, that's good money though. I mean, if you can't feed your family with that, it's just really something wrong. And then you living in Atlanta. It's not like you making $5 million living in New York. That's you still got to buy roach spray in New York. If you only make 5 or 6 million, you still got what I'm saying.
So here's the deal. If you're Tyler Algier, do you want to stay in Atlanta and back up Bijan, or you want to try to go and see? Because do you think that, and as a fan, do you think that another team will pay Tyler Algier more than that $5 million backup money?
Okay, it's not necessarily a fair question to me because I'm an older guy. So I think long term, I think longevity money versus. But if he has the right people around, somebody gonna say yeah, stay in Atlanta. Because the thing about it, if you backing up Bijan and you still getting 600-700 yards and making 5 or 6 million a year, you know what I'm saying? That means you play longer because the lifetime expectancy of a running back in the NFL is only 3 years. Am I wrong?
Yeah, it's about 3 years, maybe a little under 3 years. I don't necessarily know that keeps him. I think to an extent you could be right, but maybe it doesn't keep him fresher longer.
I mean, there's no like formula that is gonna be absolute in this scenario.
Right.
It's just like okay, if I'm set up in Atlanta, Atlanta's taking care of me. I know my role in Atlanta because that's a lot. That's important too to a player when a coach is like completely honest and open. I'm getting most of what I need in Atlanta. Being the number one guy is it's not as glamorous as some would think in the NFL. Like being that number one guy in the NFL at times, like you just, I mean, you only one injury away from any of that anyway, right?
Right.
They jumped off sides. But anyway, you're only one injury away from that anyway. So as a running back, now if he was a wide receiver, yes, I would do the I would definitely do the George, not Pickens, Higgins. I would definitely pull a T Higgins, right? Now y'all got to pay me if I'm gonna hang around here, right? But running back, the life expectancy of a running back, I mean, realistically, it's only 3 years, especially the type of running back. He's a brutal running back, so he's not gonna play forever. You understand what I'm saying? So that's if he's got the right people in his ear. They tell him, look, let's get this $6 million. You in Atlanta, this it's they growing the thing around you. They getting like he was out there just then. So his contribution is and then I love him. We love him. The we love him as a player. So let's just just hey, hang out with us. Just hang with it. Hang out. It just makes sense. But I do agree. Like, I mean, there might be somebody that's willing to pay him more money or whatever like that, but you have to look at the dynamics of that.
Right.
Like what is the coaching situation? How are they gonna do this? How are they gonna do that? You know what you're getting in Atlanta. You got to run first team. You know. So, but now here's the question here's the question I present to you. If Bijan doesn't stay in Atlanta, is he a guy that is very hard to replace?
Bijan or Tyler Algier?
I'm sorry, Tyler. We're talking about Tyler. I'm sorry.
I don't. I don't. I don't think
Bijan,
that.
they showing Bijan highlights, so I'm looking at the game. I'm sorry. So
No,
I'm looking at the
I
game.
want to make sure. I thought you meant Tyler, but you said Bijan.
Yeah,
I
I
would
said
say that Tyler Algier is not necessarily that hard to replace.
right. So given that, he also as a running back has to look at that dynamic. So if that's the case, if he's not hard to replace for us, then given that fact, then I mean, like you said, now who gonna pay him this big old wad of cash that he gonna have to see past the
Well,
5 or 6 that he
at the
can
end of
be
the day,
running?
it's all about need and opportunity and timing. Like
Absolutely.
he only might have only so long of a window. I don't know how old Tyler Algier is right at the moment. Let's see after this
Well,
play.
he's coming off of his rookie contract, so this will be his first get money contract.
Right, but
So
I'm specifically
get
talking about
five
like how old he
million
is. Like how
dollars.
old was he when he came in the league?
He probably I think he was 21 when he came out of
Yeah,
BYU.
because that makes a little difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like you said, as a running back, you can get injured any day. Any game
Right.
could be your last
Oh,
game. You know, it could be a torn ACL or whatever, or any of that. You could have a pop on Achilles, any of that type of stuff. You could have nagging injuries. You just never know. You could be losing a step. He's already not that fast of a guy. You know what I mean? Cordell
no,
Patterson
he
played a
wasn't.
really long time,
Oh,
but
yeah. Right.
you see, like, Cordell Patterson's 33 now? I don't think an NFL team picked him up, though.
No, I think he had his best year, some of his best productive years with us.
Well, his
With
most
Smith.
productive at his prime, he wasted a lot of his prime in Minnesota, not
Right.
not getting the ball and playing as a wide receiver as opposed to a running back at first. He never should have been a
Well,
wide
they
receiver.
kind of penciled him out as a return specialist, and most teams don't make room for that. Just specifically,
Well,
they
I
pencil.
feel like he was drafted pretty high.
He was. I mean, he was big. He's big as Derrick Henry. Like he's
Yeah, he's a big
huge.
dude.
Yeah, and to be able to move like that is crazy work. Like that's ridiculous. Now that's a freaking nature, dude, right there.
Now,
But it's like you said, it was like nobody could figure out what they wanted to do with him.
now, before they
He got
kicked this, right? That was a really interesting span of plays. They just handed it to Tyler Algier basically a bunch of times in a row. Where I'm like, I don't know if I would have just maybe just gave that to Bijan too.
right. Well, they were doing that. I think they did that. Bijan wasn't in there. I think they
Okay.
did that because I think Penix is hurt. He's keep grabbing his elbow. So I think
Well,
they're just like, let's get out of here.
that's
Let's
what I'm
just get
saying.
out of
I might have just went ahead and handed that off to Bijan instead of Tyler.
here. Bijan wasn't even out there. Bijan wasn't even out there. So
That's what I'm
that
saying.
was
I would have
basically.
put Bijan out there on a few of those to see if he could break it open and get us another touchdown, maybe.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I would.
I
I
see what
would.
you're
I would. I would have
But those,
definitely.
I think those were the 5 yard in the cloud of dust plays that we were
They
talking
definitely
about.
would have
I think
5 yard in a cloud of
I
dust,
think
but
those. Yeah, I don't think Bijan. I'm not. I'm not mad at that, to be honest, because
I ain't
I
mad at
ain't
it.
trying to I ain't trying to do my Bijan as no 5 yards in the cloud of dust type of guy. That's heavy lifting to me. I'm letting Tyler do all the heavy lifting.
Listen, I hear you. My whole thing is, at that point, I still wanted me a touchdown.
No, you
I
going
don't I
for the
don't like only the.
you are basically the offensive coordinator. I'm a hire, but that's not what they're doing. They're just like, look, we gonna beat Buffalo numerically. There's no way they can come back because
You're
two
right,
possession.
right. That's what he was saying. But I'm
You know
like,
what
man,
I'm
hell,
saying?
if they would have got that thing blocked again, ooh boy. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
no,
saying?
I feel you. You ain't talking about nothing. You ain't saying nothing.
Right,
I
right,
can't.
right,
I don't.
right, right.
I'm a juggler. I'm a juggler coach. I'm going for the
I'm
juggler.
going for
But
put
like,
these boys
but
out.
that's not the only way to win.
Give me
Though.
a
I had to
third and
come to
stinks.
terms with that. I had to come to terms with that because that's not my way is not the only way to win.
No, you're
I'm
right.
putting my
You're right.
head and I'm twisting.
You're 100% right. I'm one of the guys who I am not typically very critical of Zach Robinson, but I feel like the mentality has been a little bit too conservative at times, and then getting too cute at times. I just feel like there's a lot of things that have been kind of went our way in this game, or that went our way on some of it. And at the same time, shout out to Raheem for having that type of confidence in our defense. Our defense, he's like, no, listen, we got a real defense that does the real deal, so we gonna do what we do. But I feel like there's some times that, like, we get into some playoff ball situations, some of the play calling was definitely a little bit questionable down. Has been questionable down the stretch a little bit. But at the
And
end
at
of
the
the day,
same time, right? Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
well, I said, at the end of the day, I don't want to second guess a winning stuff, winning strategy. It's winning, it's working.
Okay, that's what I'm finna get up on. I'm like, at the same time, okay, you come away with a win against Buffalo Bills, right? I mean, there's a line you have to draw in that. You know, there's somewhere you have to say, okay, I'm gonna just have to be all right with this, and you
Yeah.
have to be able to do that. That's not getting out coached. You're not putting yourself in a situation to get out coached though. You understand what I'm saying? Because that can happen. I mean, there's a lot of different scenarios that you could come away with this, and come away with a win against a Buffalo is just not a bad scenario to
So
play
my
out
biggest
there.
issue was the all the passing attempts they went with. They didn't keep the clock running on some of that stuff. So I'm
Right.
not mad at some of the passing attempts we took because they did work. And then there are times you have to be able to pass it still too. I just would have liked. There's a few times where it's like, hey, bro, you should have went for the run on some of those. Mike Hughes had a big play on that deep pass, by the way.
Right.
Big play. Made a big time play.
Right.
I mean, they tried it.
Yeah.
Listen.
Right now it's kill the clock game. It's kill the clock. Let them. I mean, even if they score, it's a 2 possession game. You know what I'm saying? Even if they score, that had to be a nightmare for them to come back and get into this one. And what Zach Robinson did with that, you know, he kind of said, okay, look, because you could force the ball and turn the ball over too. And that, you know, that could go the other way, you know, run 90-yard field goal on, and then Buffalo be cheering for themselves all week long.
Look, that boy Leonard Floyd was out of gas, man.
Mm.
That's funny. No, what? You're right. It just some of the mentality felt like it was a coach to not lose. We'll see. We gonna see what happens right here. I mean, Buffalo,
But they don't have no timeouts right now, so even if they score and we get the ball back, they don't have no. They can't.
They score again
they kick the
and kick a
onside
field
field goal.
goal.
Yeah, they got an onside. They probably do an onside kick if they score right here. But even if they don't score, like I say, they still got to score. You know, and they got to throw it to score. So we trying to get there, and then you know let them do a little run around. Up, boom, pick off. That's it. Ball game. That's it. We won. We won by 10.
Right.
D'Angelo Malone just picked it up. No, Harris made him calls it and hit D'Angelo. That was it. That's all we needed, bro. No timeouts. They have no timeouts. It's ball game. That's ball game. That is a win against a 4-1 team. Now we are 3-2, right? So we're over 500. So I get it. You know, I get it.
Facts.
I get, I'm all right with that.
That's a huge
Like I said,
win, though. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gotta
gotta
love
love
it.
this one. We want,
Gotta
you
love it.
know,
Hey, listen.
all the
Hey, you're right.
was up.
The play calling, you can look at it one or two ways. Like that it was boneheaded at times, or you could say, nah, they just played like they were confident. They didn't think Buffalo was gonna come. And you gotta have that confidence in your team. They got when you can play with a swagger like that, it matters. So I mean, we forced the turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
We forced the turnovers. It don't gotta be pretty.
Right.
It don't gotta be
That's
pretty.
what it's about. You get away with the win. Because if you look at, I encourage you to go look at all the Tampa Bay's wins.
Oh,
Tampa
those
Bay
shit's been
only
ugly.
been, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It ain't like they've been blasting dudes out. You feel me? It's just
Tampa
not
Bay, I
that
think
type
they
of
said
fun.
for the first time was able to hit victory formation for the first time this past Sunday. All their games
Mm-hmm.
been extra close. We about to hit victory formation right here. You see what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
and we've done it.
That last,
We
when that pick, that last pick, they was, we put them in a situation where they had to really do something, right? Because that was 10, they were down by 10, down by a field goal, down by a touchdown. They back in the game, but that 3 points put it out of reach. If we could have hit the other 3-pointer, they really would have, that'd have been it. It'd been
it
over with. They
really would
probably
have
would
been,
have gave
yeah.
up.
And that's I am happy with beating Buffalo, but I'm like, nah, I want people to see like, nah, this Atlanta team is for real, for real. But no, we did it with some key players out. Like you said, Billy Bowman
And
didn't get out there.
not to mention Penix ain't there yet. Penix is just not. He absolutely is not there yet. He's getting there. He's really good quarterback, right? And you can see all the potential in the world, but he ain't there yet.
When you
We
say
gotta
not
give
there
him
yet, what do you mean by it? What do you mean?
like where you just gonna go, okay, Penix, go out there and win us this game. He not quite there yet. I wouldn't want to do that. I'm not saying he can't, and I'm definitely not. I'm not
done it.
definitely.
He's done it in some situations. But you're right. I mean, that's why I'm like, nah, go out here and let these boys run it. Let these boys run it. But listen, if they keep calling the plays the way they call it, he gonna be there because he gonna have to make the play, or it's gonna
Right.
be. Listen,
It's
they
just a
gonna
matter
be
of
there, get there because again, there's a lot of times where I would have run the ball and it's like they weren't stopping it. I hope he's not hurt to the point that you saw him holding that
he's
elbow.
straight. He
Maybe it was
finished
just
the
a
game.
stinger.
And I think he probably hyperextended, but they got stuff for that. Because then that's not his throwing arm, so he could put that brace on as a quarterback. He can just put a brace on it. He'll be fine. I don't. Long as you like, because even as a defensive lineman, I've had to wear a certain when I hyperextended my elbow, uh, I've had to wear a brace before, and that doesn't hinder you from doing anything. It might look a little clumsy, but nah, he'll be fine because that's not his throwing arm. If he's throwing his arm, I'd be worried or whatever. But they'll get him right. Even if he come out with a brace next week, he still be out there flinging it. But back to the reference of Penix. When I'm not saying he can't get it done.
Right.
I'm with you, but I'm like, let's not. If
Don't put it
I'm
on
in a
him.
situation, I got a rookie. Yeah, I don't want to throw all that on him like that.
I'm
And just
with
say,
you.
oh, go out here and win this game. Like Jaden Daniels or something. But see, Jaden Daniels, you got to understand the difference of Jaden Daniels and Michael Penix. Jaden Daniels was gonna take off running. He was gonna run, and Jaden Daniels got one hell of an arm. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't want to put a Michael Penix in that type of situation. You remember how Jordan Love, they brought him along slowly, and even C.J. Stroud. The first part of the year, they ain't put no responsibility on him. This man, this was his what, 7th, 8th game? This was his 8th game of his NFL career. So we haven't even hit the halfway. Let me see, 16. Is that 16 games? We just hit the halfway mark of him having a total season worth of games under his belt. You see what I'm saying? And then when you see with C.J. Stroud, I'm talking about in his first year now. I'm not talking about last year. He didn't do as well. The sophomore jinx is a real thing in my opinion. But at the same time, I'm talking about his first year when C.J. Stroud came out. The first year when Jordan Love came out. You know what I'm saying? I look at their first year, and the coaches weren't leaning on them like, hey, like we did Kurt in the Eagles game last year. Last year was like, hey, Kurt, smack him on the butt, go out there and win us this game. Kurt went out there and did it, but Kurt got 12 years under his belt while he's out there, right? Been there, done that. So when y'all paying me the 50, $60 million, it's because I have the ability to go out there and do that. Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield took a organization Philly contract when he signed on with them down there. But and that was coming out of L.A. No, did he come from Carolina, or L.A.? I think he went.
He
Was it
came from
L.A. to Carolina?
L.A.
Okay, so he come out of L.A. with who else but Zach Robinson, right? Zach Robinson was the quarterback whispers that got Baker over that hump. Because when Baker went out there and won those 2 or 3 games in L.A., right? That was because he was not that same person coming out of I think he went to when he went from the Browns to Carolina to LA, something like that. It was weird how it went, right? So he was not that same quarterback until he got out of LA. When he got out of LA, it threw a switch. Then he got down there and he got down Mike Evans and Godwin. That was a great situation. I think he took $38 million. It was very, very friendly organization. We even had a shot at it. But who knew? I mean, honestly, because I didn't foresee him to this point. I could have foreseen him that first year he signed on. I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. But now they gonna have to pay that boy. And then I think he only did it for 2 or 3 years. So this might be contract season for him while he playing lights out like this. But that's what I'm saying. Even when he was up there was like no emphasis on just putting it on him to win the game. It was on Josh Allen tonight to win that game because he is that guy. He's the guy, right? And our defense shook that boy. They got him off that score. They did exactly what me and you was talking about. After what was that 2 series where he got off pretty good? After those series, my man, the defense locked in and they was in them butt cheeks all night. And yes, they did. You're right. They ran a nickel behind that. And we a little loose in the booty in the nickel, but they just, Brick understands his players now. I think probably initially with Alford, Brick didn't kind of understand. No, matter of fact, I scale that all the way back because Brick never did have Alford. Alford started last year in the nickel with Jimmy Lake, right? But Jimmy Lake didn't. I don't think Jimmy Lake understood concepts. I think that's what Jimmy Lake lost it at. He didn't really get the concepts because he didn't even know how to rotate his players. Or like for me, I go into a situation. I'm gonna build my defense around the players. I'm not just gonna go in with a playbook and say, hey, y'all gotta learn how to do this. I'm gonna look at what I got. If I don't have a lot of big guys, I'll run a 3-4 defense. If I got a lot of big guys, I can run a 43. And I don't think Jimmy Lake was like that. I don't think Jimmy Lake understood the concepts of defense. I think he probably had his playbook was beautiful, but it was predicated off personnel. And as a coach, you're not a very good defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator if your plays only work if you have certain players. That's just my opinion.
I don't disagree with that. I think
I'll give you another example. Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith was only as good as his players because once he didn't have King Henry anymore, and he had to run his playbook was trash. It just didn't work.
I will say this. I think Arthur Smith's doing a pretty good job up there in with the Steelers with how he's utilizing Jaylen Warren.
But that's because he's got like the grown folks still in the building. He implement. He's an implementer. As a coordinator, you have to implement. You have your ideals, like say me and you, say you're the head coach and I'm the coordinator, right? I have some ideas of how things could go. But then I have to say, I have to still go in a meeting and I have to pitch my ideas to you. So then you say, oh, well, blah, 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 tweak, 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 blah, blah, blah. Like, right? So that's why Arthur Smith is able to be the level of success that he had because Pittsburgh was having success before he got there. And that was on the strength of what Tomlin was able to do. Tomlin is a guy, he understands concepts completely. And Tomlin, if you ever pay attention, Tomlin always drafts a certain way. He drafts certain players for certain, even that defense, that really hellish defense he had with Harris and all them. He drafted them with a purpose. He drafted very tenacious, hard hitting players. So what he decided to do, he said, we might not be the fastest guys in the girl, we'll knock your block off. And all we needed, and Ben Roethlisberger, he kind of let him spin, because Ben, if you remember in the beginning of his career, Ben would run around a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And Ben was so hard to bring down, and so he understood the rules. And by like, even if you're a big defensive end, 6'6", 260, Simeon Rice looking dude, right? And it just, when you grab Ben Roethlisberger, he could just have like, you on him, draped on him with one arm, trying to get him to the ground. He's still standing there and can deliver the ball, pinpoint action. So he built that team like that, and that is why I feel like, in my opinion, Arthur Smith is a transcendable guy at this point, because his offensive skills weren't that good in Tennessee. He rolled Derrick Henry's back, and AJ Brown, is that his name? AJ Brown, big boy, big wide receiver. Yeah, he rolled those guys back. And then so I guess by him getting his name Tannehill, is that right? By him getting Tannehill and making Tannehill a quarterback nobody else could, he felt like, oh, I ain't got to have this superstar quarterback in my situation, because I didn't, but dude, you had Derrick Henry. And we're going to be honest about it. Derrick Henry is definitely a generational talent.
Okay.
Especially at that point in time. You can argument it now. If he came to the league being who he is now, you could argue with me on that. But,
yeah, no, it's kind of hard to argue that he's not a generational talent. I mean, Derrick Henry is
right.
I mean, he had so many carries. I mean, I think they said he had more he's got more yardage in high school than he had in college or the pros together. So it's some weird stat.
That's crazy.
Or something. Yeah, he's just had a lot of carries throughout his whole entire football career. I guess his saving grace has been, since he's got to the NFL, that he hasn't had as many carries early on, at least. He had DeMarco Murray when he first got over there to Tennessee, to the Titans.
Right.
Initially.
Right.
So
right.
That definitely preserved his legs a little bit more and preserved him from.
And he actually started with Mariota as his quarterback in Tennessee before he did Tannehill.
You're right.
So that was kind of why Mariota was like, oh yeah, this is an opportunity for me. But Mariota quit on us. When he hurt his knee, Mariota was worthless. Like, honestly, like that was the hugest part of it. He's kind of like Justin Fields in that sense. You take them legs away, you ain't really got much of nothing.
I mean,
Mariota,
while he had the legs, he was kind of like, You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know what man, that dude, his running ability is like the scrambling, running, like it was alright. Like, I know what you're saying, like, I get it. But when he was here, when we had him if we'd had the defense we got now with him at quarterback, we'd have won some of those games. Like, seriously. Like, this defense right here is like, I heard some, I'm not sure, I didn't check the stats, but I saw something that said they were number either 1 or 2. And rightfully so. Just watching how they played tonight. Only thing I would like to see is, like, like a lot of them, like you said, those that tackling, some of that missing tackles, almost getting their stuff. Just, don't give up so easily. They were swinging for the fences in the Carolina game. That's why they drank the Kool-Aid. They came off of a big win against Minnesota. Everybody, oh man, Minnesota, no, bro. Them was all the starters. Minnesota had just beat Chicago the week before in a come from behind video. Not video, and a come from behind victory. And that point in time, Chicago on paper was definitely better than we were. They had $90 million to spend in free agency. That's how they got Brady Jarrett and Drew Dalman up there. And I think they paid Drew Dalman like 14, 16 million, something crazy number. They gave Drew Dalman the grip. And they gave, matter of fact, Grady Jarrett got 14 million out of him. So yeah, they had money to spend. So they actually on paper, even defensive backs, they had Omaduze and And I think I forgot all the other wide receiver. What's DJ? What's his name? DJ Moore. Is that right? Yeah, DJ Moore. I mean, on paper, the Bears was stanka danka, and they beat the Bears in week. Was that 2 or 3? That was week 2, and they came from behind and beat the Bears with JJ McCarthy. So you can say what you want to say. That was their starters. I think Carson Wentz is starting for the Vikings now. So coming off of that win on the road, and now look, these first 5 weeks for us was gonna be rough regardless. The only we got punched in the mouth from Carolina. We owed them one, but at the same time, you know, we absolutely have to. You know, there was some grace that got to be given because that I mean, that was Penix didn't it? Penix he played off. It was just bad. He was overthrowing everything. It just wasn't a good day for him. It was like that's how you overwhelm your quarterback, man. You playing bad like that, and then you don't reel nothing back in. They reeled it back in, and here we are, 3-2. Should be at second place in the division right now, even with the bye week. Carolina messed around and beat who they beat yesterday. I forgot who they beat, but they won.
Dallas yesterday.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, they beat Dallas. That's crazy.
Carolina beat Dallas.
That's crazy. I didn't watch the game, but I already kind of know what they're working with. Carolina wins in spots on offense, but they just have they have a real good defense. They're not bad on defense at all. But if you look at us on paper, we should beat Carolina. Matchup wise, there's not too many people we don't match up with. Like right now, the most suspect thing that I would say, we got 2 of them, and it's not. I'm not calling. Maybe I'm using the wrong words here, but the thing that kind of like, we need to protect is Penix, because you don't want to. I just don't want us to overwhelm him. His time is coming where he just gonna have to carry the torch, but. Right now, let's protect them because we got a great running game. Let's use it. Let's use the run game. And then the other thing was Mike Hughes, but hell, Mike Hughes played damn good football tonight. Shit, everybody did for that much. I mean, everybody just. I'm trying to think of who didn't have a good game. I mean, Diablo had a good. Ellis had a good. Who had a bad game on defense tonight? Who really had a bad? AJ played. Man, AJ played all tonight. Even that penalty, I didn't see it. That little flag.